Fuck!
Panic!
Hey everybody, welcome to bonus content. I'm Alex. With me, Tony and Nobishin are here, as well as our guests, Barrett, Courtney, and Trevor, Starkey. Jesus. Just immediate. It's just a train wreck. Right out of
I'm a fucking train wreck today. You have me in a
I think
fucking
we
weird.
knew that it was gonna be like
Just
that.
missing Danny Juarez, and this would be the perfect storm.
Oh no,
No,
if Danny were
I
here, this
can't
place
do-
would be on fire.
I can't do another podcast with Alex and Danny because whenever that happens, everything just goes to shit.
That's not fair, because it's just anytime you podcast, Barrett, it goes to shit.
Yeah, Barrett, I
Yeah.
have a feeling that maybe the consistent factor here is Roger Picorni. I'm just saying he's not here anymore, is he?
He's not. I mean, like, did you kill him? Is that why you're saying it like that? Like, he's not here anymore.
No, I'm just kidding. He's fine.
You're
He's
a
home.
fucking madman.
I am by definition crazy, I think, just at least a little bit. How's life, Barrett? You said you're having a weird day.
Yeah.
And then Scott's just here. He's just inside.
Scott,
You jumped on that like, immediately.
Oh, I saw it because I was looking.
Wrecking ball.
He can't. Tony, cue up the music.
I don't have it anywhere near the microphone.
God damn it.
I'll think of something. Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. I'll think of something.
Siri, play "Wrecking Ball" by Miley Cyrus.
What did I walk into?
I have something better for you. Hold on.
If we get copyright strike for this,
My love.
my lovely lady lumps. I don't know where in this song she says "Wrecking Ball," but we're just gonna listen to the whole thing. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
God.
Kill me. Please
Yeah,
kill me.
I'm not like a huge fan of that song, Tony.
Yeah.
Or
I just
Trevor.
bought it and downloaded it on my phone. So
You know, we have it at our disposal now, and just for it was a 99 cents that I can feel
Here.
good about.
Here you go. Enjoy this.
Just the Scott giggle in the background.
You know that whole soundtrack is on Apple Music.
Really?
I had the soundtrack from Bandcamp.
They also, the soundtrack is also like a piano version of the soundtracks on there as well.
Very good listen. I'm sorry, Barrett. Scott arrived, and I had to notice it for folks watching or listening at home. But how has your week been, my lovely friend?
My week's been really busy, really tiring and exhausting. I had an anxiety attack at work today, so I'm sort of I'm all over the place today. But the week as a whole has not been too bad. besides
No,
today.
you're working on new stuff.
I'm working on new stuff, and
I'm gonna
sort of
ruin it
getting,
for everyone that's watching this right now.
getting back into the swing of things of like our regular schedule and whatnot, because we've sort of the last couple of weeks have been weird for. If you don't know, I'm from a group called BZG, and we.
Oh, they know. Don't you worry.
A zone of gamers.
BZG, and we've had sort of like a weird sort of scheduling conflict the last couple of weeks, but we're finally like at a good point where we don't have to deal with that anymore. So sort of just getting back into the swing of things, and then adding new shit onto my plate to work on. I'm working on a new show that I'm going to try to get up in the next couple of weeks, depending on how well this how fast and how well I can get this first episode done. And
Have you
so,
recorded the first episode?
I still need to record the audio. I'm going to wait until I can get into our official studio to record with the better mic. That's not a blue microphone. I like my blue microphone, but I want it to sound fucking crisp and clear and sexy. And so,
Is there a video portion of you speaking the audio, or is it just audio?
oh, it's just audio. It's just the audio. It's just going to be my sexy ass voice.
So I know the premise of the show, and I've seen
Yes.
this intro that I'm a big fan of.
Do the intro. I am like I was telling this to my girlfriend, so I really pride myself on my intros. I like the talking shit intro. I like my BCG news intro. And when I made this intro for this new show that I'm working on, I told Alyssa, my girlfriend, I was like, I should probably like. Usually the first time when you think to yourself, like, I made this, I can't believe I made this, it's probably the first time like you have a child. But instead I had that feeling for this intro. I watch it like a couple of times a day. I'm like, holy shit, what I did. my talent does not match up with the talent, like the quality of this intro. So it's really cool. I'm really excited for the show. I think it'll challenge me in a couple of different ways, which will become obvious when I can talk about it a little more. So I'm excited.
I am also excited.
I have a heart on, so that's when
I'm at least at half mast.
I'm always
I'm
at half
apathetic.
mast. Yeah, the rest of the week has been pretty good. Just busy with my day job and doing all this new stuff and hanging out with crazy people like Sean Pitts and yada yada yada.
We get it. No, you're so popular.
I mean, not
and
really.
I miss
Sean
you so much.
I miss you so much.
Really, I think it's more that
probably-
Sean just has no friends out there, so he just has to hang out with Barrett.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, I gotta fucking hang out with this little dork.
I mean, there's only so much you can take up Kevin on a daily basis. So
Yeah, right. He can only bother his roommates so much.
Yeah.
Plus, Kevin was in Chicago this week.
Yeah,
that's true.
But yeah, Sean sort of came at a good time in my life. We've been hanging out a lot. So
it was a time where you were
fucking
ready
great.
and willing to experiment, and Sean was
Exactly.
he was so open to the idea.
He was so open to the idea.
Yeah. That's how backyard science was born.
But yeah. Besides today, life has been pretty chill.
Hashtag chill. Hashtag dope. Hashtag supreme list. Is the
Hashtag dude.
Dude. Have you publicly put out the name of this show yet?
I have not. I'm going to keep things very close to the chest until I'm ready for the first episode to go up. So there will be an announcement video that'll explain what the series is, and so I'm really excited.
As someone who's been dealing with the tease of Alex Talks for a long, long time, I think that's the way to go, Barrett. I think you're making the right call.
I'm not doing this fucking square Alex is
No
like
Man's
Square
Sky
Enix.
bullshit going on here.
Alex is like Square Enix. He fucking they announced Final Fantasy 15 like fucking decades ago, and then like they're now like sort of almost ready to come out with it, and then like I'm like Bethesda, man. I'm like announcing Fallout 4. Yo, it's coming out in like 6 months. Prepare your butt.
Yo, but listen, at least there are 2 seasons of Alex Talks that people can go and watch right now. They're terrible, and I don't recommend it. But if
14 Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, and 14 fucking Final Fantasy games. Thank you very much.
Well, way more than that, but
So I'm just saying, listen, I like the. It's all come together way faster than I thought it would. I'll say that much.
I really like sort of you're showing. We like to show each other things, you know. You show me yours, I show you mine, sort of thing. We unzip each other's pants. It's, you know.
I get it.
You got it, Tony.
What
There
you
are
showing
times
me?
where I'm like, oh, I wish I were part of this clique, but then I'm like, nope, don't need that.
No, it's a weird penis thing. It's a weird penis thing. I knew it.
I'm good.
I mean, come on. If it's me, it's always a weird penis thing.
Valid.
But
I mean,
yeah, what you're
Alyssa
showing
can confirm.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Like I
It's-
said, half mass.
Can I talk about it a little bit since that has happened this week?
You're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. What kind of dick move would that be?
Yeah, Alex.
Why are you asking my permission?
Let's fuck this. Let's just go get Roger on here, and he can just tell us all about Alex Talks.
I mean, to be fair, Roger's exposure to Alex Talks is very limited.
I don't care. He'll make shit up.
That's true. He will make shit up. He'll just lie and then be like, "I'm sorry, I lied. I didn't. I just wanted you to like me."
It involves way more Chance the Rapper than I was thinking it would. And
Yeah. It's just like the first episode of Alex Talks starts, and it just is the Raj Former show in the beginning. You're like, "Fuck, he got me! Ah, the motherfucker got me!" No. So my week has been super weird as far as like from Sunday when Roger left, literally until last night, 2 a.m. I don't know. It was late. It was really late. I was sitting up in my spare bedroom, which has now become the studio. Which is
studio.
I just say that to women so they feel more comfortable taking naked pictures in there.
Yeah.
Barrett
Is
gets
there a
it.
couch in there?
I get it. It's the only way I can get Henry to take his clothes off.
And by women I mean mostly my roommates, but
I thought you were gonna say Gus.
It's actually entirely Gus.
Gus is technically his roommate.
I pull in a stool and I put Gus on the stool and I just take pictures of him.
Jesus Christ!
Just lick it, Gus. Just lick it.
Just lick it.
Alex, I love you, but I think I gotta call like animal services.
I will have you know, and Barry, you'll know this when you come visit and get to spend a lot of quality time with Gus. He loves taking pictures. He is very photogenic.
Almost as much as he loves pizza.
Almost as much as he loves pizza, but Gus...
Dude, does he like pizza? I will
loves
fucking
pizza.
order myself a pizza and share some with Gus.
He'll eat it.
He just wants to, yeah, he
you
wants
know
to
what?
lay on top of the box.
And you know what? It's gonna have fucking pineapples on that pizza, and it's gonna be fucking phenomenal.
That was gonna be the question.
Because
Listen,
y'all
man,
motherfuckers can go fuck yourselves with
this
your no
podcast
pineapple
is
on pizzas.
this podcast is Switzerland. It's a neutral territory. You're all safe here. Okay, so no hard feelings and no strong opinions.
Neutral zone, aka a bunch of fucking pussies.
The studio.
You can't just.
So yes, I built a studio in my spare bedroom, which has turned into like a very weird setup with like weird duct tape labels on the floor that Trevor hates, and like I cut for like where the camera goes. I cut out like little pieces of paper and like made arrows and diagrams to indicate where the legs of the tripod should be.
I mean, yeah,
no, that's smart though.
This is all what you should be doing, but you should be doing it with like gaffer's tape. But like
I'm also poor. I bought
gaffer's tape costs like $5.
I know.
Yeah.
Buy another damn shirt.
That's
Alex.
$5 that. Oh, thank you. Thanks for supporting. No, that's $5 that I could spend on a Cravings deal box from Taco Bell. I'll have you know. So
You're a fucking monster.
That's half a Chipotle burrito.
I think we really know what we need to spend that money on. But yeah, it's been cool, and you know, I understand the long con deal that I'm killing Trevor with slowly, of kind of posting these updates, and I stopped right after I got kind of everything set up well, and it was two reasons. One, because I'm excited and I'm sharing it with people, and this could only happen with the support of the lovely people that follow me out there. But also because I've been getting very good advice from certain video friends, just judging off of the pictures and the light and everything. And even comments from Barrett that was genuinely concerned that I was going to wear green on a green screen.
I was like,
he
Alex, do you not
legitimately thought I
understand?
was too stupid to realize that. And I was both hurt and kind of affectionate.
It was a personal experience that I found that out, and it wasn't like a green shirt. Like back in high school, we were like shooting this sort of like intro video to this like stage performance, and it was like a rendition of Alice in Wonderland that we were doing, and I was falling down the rabbit hole. And to show like I was falling down, we did a green screen, and I only had like a light blue shirt. It wasn't even green, and that still fucked it up. And I'm like bodiless in that like picture. We couldn't
awesome.
fix it. So
That's actually better, I think. Just like a flirty.
I want just the head of Alex. I don't need Alex's body talking. It's just Alex talking.
Yeah, if my mouth is there and it's talking, then I think you get the idea.
No, I
getting
think
what
that's
we're paying
actually
for.
we're on to something here. Let's fucking Photoshop your body out and then like put in like every episode, like whatever the theme is, we'll try to like build you a body.
Have an artist rendition of what my body might look like.
Like if you're talking about Dark Souls, we'll put like a fucking Dark Souls body for you, and if you're talking about like fucking Galgun, we'll like put like a fucking
Panties all over my chest.
panty. Yeah, exactly.
And
So
make
there you
sure it's
go.
a parent advisory warning on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Just have a picture of
No.
Zyger right next to you. That's all you need.
Yeah, Zyger holding the Zyger at its hen. Yeah, they'll get it. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call from an unrecognized number, so I'm gonna just
Do it.
I'm
Do
gonna
it.
silence.
Put him
that.
live on the air.
It's just
Yes.
Shia.
I am. It's just Evan Wall. Evan said he would be here tonight also, but
Yeah, that didn't happen.
here we are, huh?
Fucking Evan.
Fucking Evan.
I don't know who that is.
That's fine. He's just a founding member of Irrational Passion.
OG.
Nobody knows who that is.
OG IPP.
OG IPP. So I've been putting those out, and God bless Jason A. Striker for reaching out to me. He's like, hey, listen, you need to put this on your lights so you don't look like a weird pale ghost monster. So a few comments, a few things. I've been mostly trying to figure it out myself, and luckily, because there was a moment, and anyone who follows my Snapchat, so both Trevor and probably Nobishin and Barrett all know, and even maybe
I don't
Tony.
know. I skip over your stories.
Okay, that's fine. It's just my feelings. Just when you swipe right on my story, you're literally swiping.
Well,
or
no,
swiping left.
for Snapchat, you pull it down and then you just skip it, and that's fine.
Well, you can actually, when it's playing all the stories back to back, you can just swipe through them to go to the next
really?
story entirely.
Oh, well, great. Now I don't have to like pull down and then click to the next story. Now I can just, blow right through that fucking.
Yeah, you can just
Alex
swipe right through
trash
that hot
story.
fucking garbage that doesn't matter to you at all.
As
because-
if we're not doing this to Barrett and his damn cat.
I actually like Barrett Snaps and his weird cat thing that he's got going on there.
Yeah, fucking.
Oh,
Pookie's a piece
Barrett's
of
weird
shit.
cat thing.
All right, fair enough.
When Alex likes to talk about his cat, Gus is a thick bitch. I don't think I've ever said that about Pookie, and I don't think I ever would want to say that.
To be
about
fair,
Pookie.
I didn't originally say that. Andrew Taylor said that and sent it to me. And he recorded a video of himself saying, Gus is a thick bitch.
Well, just that shows you how much Andrew is a crazy son of a bitch.
God, I love him. It's been a little bit of me having a mental breakdown on Snapchat. Just like the lighting not being the way I wanted to, and this doesn't look good as I want it to, and I need it to, and then I pulled the green screen and put it on a different wall, and that looked terrible, and I put it back on the original wall, and that looks better, and now I finally got everything figured out. And I've recorded a lot more footage now in the later half of the week that is just, again, kind of sampling things and trying different things and adjusting brightness here and there. And it actually looks good now. Now I'm working on a few other things, and I have to build a teleprompter. So let's see how that goes.
As you're talking about this, I'm thinking, well, yeah, it makes sense that he doesn't really know lighting stuff, since before we started recording, you were like, why am I so blue? Oh, that's right, my giant TV right in front of me.
To be fair, my TV right now is purple, so it's just it's the camera, it's everything mixing together. But yeah, so again figuring this out, trying to learn it on my own has been fun and stressful in a good way. I've learned a lot already, and yeah, I'm excited. I already have a few things written and done, and it's been cool writing stuff for that show, just because I'm writing in a way it's like, okay, this is where I'm going to put this cut and this insert this footage or this GIF or something like that. It's going to be cool. I'm actually getting pretty excited about it. And hopefully I'll actually be able to start shooting real episodes before the end of this month. So that my goal right now, this is tentative, but my goal is for the first episode to go up between the middle and end of September. From there, I'm still trying to work out release schedules and if I want to do this as bi-weekly or weekly or monthly. And we'll see how that comes together. That depends on how long each edit takes. But
so September Alex Talks confirmed. If you delay it, we're gonna just get pitchforks and attack you.
I can probably get the first episode out by the end of September, so I'm not too worried about it. I want to shoot for like September 15th, somewhere in the middle. But I won't make that promise necessarily. But yeah, if I can start shooting by the end of this month, like have the teleprompter done, have the lighting done, and have the background done, whatever that will end up being. I've got some like stock images that I'm using.
This is a giant ass picture of Roger Picorni.
It's just a big Roger Picorni picture. It's very sexy.
It's a really big Roger Picorni dick pic.
Pretty
no,
sure that's illegal.
That's for sure illegal. But
when does he turn 18? When's his birthday?
It's in February, I believe.
When is he legal?
Oh.
January.
I mean, how illegal is it?
Well, it depends on which state you're in. Let's have this conversation, Barrett.
I mean, in his state, the age of consent is 16.
Is this some weird like Olsen twins waiting thing? Like, oh, now they're 18 now. We can finally take pictures of them and stuff like that. I don't know.
I mean, who would ever want to take pictures of the Olsen twins? To be honest, because you know what, they were adorable.
Dude, back in the day, that was a thing. I know Trevor can like contest this with me, but like,
yeah.
Like, there's no, that what everybody was talking about. Oh man, the Olsen twins about to turn 18. Oh man, it's gonna be a big thing.
Oh yeah, I mean it was definitely gross.
Oh yeah,
it was
definitely
a thing that happened.
It's definitely a thing that happened. Yeah.
It was less gross, I think, because like we were more of that age.
Yeah.
Where it was like we were contemporaries with them,
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't like super creepy.
It was just a
Wait, so
little
the Olsen
creepy.
twins are like in their 30s at this point?
I believe so.
Should be.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
I like
I'm
the
biased.
third Olsen daughter, whoever she is.
Elizabeth? Oh, she's
Yeah.
far more.
Yeah,
talented
she
than-
plays. She does Scarlet Witch in the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
She's a decent actress.
Yeah, I like her. She's cool.
Yeah.
I'd hang out with her. We'd talk about like Gundams or something, probably.
June 13th, 1986. Yeah, they are 30 years old.
30 years
Wow.
old. Boom shakalaka. But yeah, that's been my week. Is just been making Alex Talks a thing, and making Trevor really angry about having to wait for it.
I mean, at this point, it's hard to not make Trevor angry. You know.
Yeah.
Just big old daddy Trevor, just disappointed in all his kids. Just like, fuck. That's why
I mean, I
disowned
just
all of you.
I just want one of you to succeed like Sean. Why can't
Oh,
the
there
rest
it
of you
is.
be
I just want the best for you all.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks,
I'm not
Dad.
angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, well,
No, here's a better one. This is the one I've been telling people. Is I'm not even disappointed. I just know what to expect. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Deep cuts.
Deep cuts indeed. Trevor,
Yes.
how's your week been?
My week's been fine. It was pretty quiet. My boss at work was out sick the last couple days, so it was very like. I spent an inordinate amount of time catching up on like top 10 lists of wrestling, because I was like, I just
What
fell
else are
down
you
that
gonna do at
rabbit
work?
hole.
Yeah.
Like 10 days that changed the WWE forever. And yep, I was just like,
Jesus.
well, apparently I'm just gonna let these play on repeat, and yeah, it was a weird week. Interesting. Got me excited for the PAX Rumble at PAX in a couple weeks, though.
Yeah, that's true. It's gonna be, I'm no doubt crazy. I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, other than that, just chipping away at work and games and stuff.
You're
Nothing-
getting ready though for this big PAX trip.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
You're
Couple
going
weeks.
as a big press boy.
I'm going as a pretend press boy. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, take what you can get, right? But
I'm
that's
definitely getting the PR emails this
Yeah.
time around.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
isn't that fun, huh? I'm getting
So
them,
ma-
and I'm not even going.
Right.
So many mobile games, guys.
Yeah, let me tell you about this iPad game.
And you should respond to get this iPad games review code.
Yeah, please respond. Please tell me that someone out there is reading.
On a scale of Clash to Clans, how is this?
Yeah,
Probably it's a good.
it's at least a
I was
class.
trying to think of a really bad mobile game. It's like an Angry Birds.
All right, that's a fine one to settle on. I feel like Barrett is somebody who would really like Angry Birds.
What?
Hold up.
Angry Birds? Angry Birds was a game
comes-
that I fucked around with
Danny.
a little bit.
You just had a little fling with Angry Birds.
Oh, I got a Snapchat from Danny Wars as well.
Yeah.
What,
Sure,
Was
I
yours
did.
also fuck Trevor?
I don't know.
Um,
It might be.
Angry Birds was like a nice little like I would fuck around with it a couple of times a week back when like they
So
brought
it was
the
a
Star Wars
fling.
one on.
Hashtag
It was a
fuck Trevor.
fling. I did have a fling for Angry Birds for a minute. But it was that nice little like adding like the gravity because you know I would play the Star Wars one, and so you have like the fuck around with like the like different gravities of like all of, like the different little asteroids and whatnot. It was fun. I didn't hate it.
All right.
People like to hate on Angry Birds, and just because they're just you know
'Cause they're
just haters.
uninformed?
They're just hating ass haters out there.
I told
Oh,
you
no, it's
that
World.
Bad.
is bad. See, Scott, definitive word is
Straight
bad.
up bad.
It's bad. Bad video game. Let me take your fake physics, shove them up your Star Wars Angry Birds ass. How about that, Barrett?
I mean,
It's also not a game
No,
made for
Alex.
any of us guys.
Yeah, it's a game made for nerds.
It's a
You
game
know
made
what?
for my dad, my
I'm gonna-
near
I'm
blind grandmother.
I'm
Both
gonna
of
say
whom
this right
loved it.
here. Angry Birds better than No Man's Sky.
Oh wow, definitive line in the sand.
I mean,
Yeah.
hey, at least one isn't a stolen concept.
I
God dang it!
I remember
And
Castle
I'll
Crashers.
just
or
go ahead
whatever
and
that one was.
clarify that. Yeah,
Sure,
no,
Scott.
Angry Birds is a stolen concept.
Yeah, somebody stole that shit.
Yep.
I remember,
mean,
it was an Adult Swim
Facebook
game.
was stolen.
No, not an Adult Swim game.
I mean,
What was it?
I remember a Castle game before. And
Yes.
I remember playing it on Adult
There we
Swim.
go.
So
Yeah.
There's that. That's where it did start. It was a castle game. I forget when exactly it was.
Castlevania.
No.
I knew
Nope.
it. Castlevania.
Different-
Simon Belmont
different-
was
No,
the red bird.
the physics, all the original mechanics of Angry Birds were verbatim from this other Fling game.
Let's find this. I'm
That was
gonna,
a Flash game a while back.
I'm gonna do some hot googling, jugling. Angry Birds, Dirty Thief. this will get the right response, I think. Scott, how's your week been?
Pretty normal.
Love you, Danny.
What are you saying? Are you saying more garbage?
Something about No Man's Sky and how it sucks.
It was Crush the Castle is the game. that you're
Crush the
looking for.
Castle. Angry Birds Crush the Castle. That sounds right. Oh yeah, I'm looking at this. Yeah, I remember this. When Barrett says Angry Birds is better than No Man's Sky, and then Danny is flipping off, this is not an interactive medium, kids. No, it is.
It is if you make it one.
Hashtag
I mean,
IPQ.
one has way more content than the other, and I think it's obvious which one it
Shout
has
out to David Martinson, who is also watching and sending me Snapchats about Angry Birds and how it's GOAT.
Yeah.
The original to the Castle one, they had around the same.
There you go.
But Angry Birds made money
Yep.
Yep.
It's the
because
classic.
it was monetized.
Yeah, it's the classic. Some strike gold and some don't, dog. But yeah, the Crush the Castle came out in 2009, and Angry Birds came out soon after. So there you go. Now we know.
Barrett touches on I am thinking of writing up a piece about comparing like the gameplay of Joe Danger versus the gameplay of No Man's Sky and seeing like, I think Joe Danger might have more gameplay than No Man's Sky does.
More video game than No Man's
Yeah.
than No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And let me just get. You know what? We'll fucking talk about No Man's Sky in the show proper.
Yeah, we got time, guys.
Bitch.
Strap
We got
in.
a lot. We got a lot of
It's a
show
video
to
game
get.
show.
Motherfucker,
It is a long show.
this is gonna be a long ride. I hope you cleared
Yeah.
your schedule.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
I did. Come on, I'm gonna start drinking tonight. Let's
Oh,
do it.
I'm
There was
already.
nothing for me to clear, but yeah, thanks.
I'm
Thanks for
already
my,
drinking.
My depression and miserableness.
I mean, listen, hey, you're spending an evening with your good friends, your fellow fun makers and creators of other dick jokes.
And Barrett.
And Barrett. Nobishin, how's
Fuck
your week
you.
been?
Nobishin, my favorite person. How you been?
How have you been? I love you too, bro. Yeah, my week's been.
Don't get your sponsor earlier.
I am completely aware.
Yeah, my week's been okay.
Okay.
I've been keeping myself occupied when I'm home, and at work is something different, but that will change soon. So that's good.
I saw a nephew, right? A new nephew or something?
He has a new baby, right?
Oh, that was like months ago actually.
Oh,
Oh, we
okay.
don't know.
Oh, I told you about my new nephew, like when they were in town when my niece was around.
I saw a picture of the nephew, and it was adorable.
Yeah. My mother sent me that picture because I didn't have a picture of it myself, and she sent it to me. I was like, oh yeah, I should put this up.
Mhm.
Little nephew Easton.
It's a good picture. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I like when I'm not working, I'm doing my uncle thing with my nephew here. Like I've been talking to my niece and nephew from across, like they're in Florida, so I've been talking to them, and I sent her a lunchbox since they're starting school right now in Florida. So I try to do all the things that makes me happy when I'm home. I'll just say that. So yeah, I'm not much of doing much of anything. I was supposed to eat steak with my friends today, but like they've been busy, so we're doing it tomorrow. So that'll be fun.
Too busy for steak? I doubt it.
They got a cosplay party there.
All right, that's
Whatever,
fair.
nerds. God, with a cosplay. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, the level of importance here, it obviously goes cosplay party, #1, top priority always.
I
And
agree.
then close second, steak.
Okay, I can get behind this. This is
And then
sound
like
logic.
4 or
logic.
5 down, we're at IP podcast.
Yeah.
But also, even above cosplay party is a cosplay steak party. There you
Yes, I agree.
Cosplaying
party
as
where
steak?
steak is present.
Yeah. Could be Korean barbecue.
I'm
could
gonna be T-bone.
Man, I hope it's Korean barbecue.
Could be fogo de chao.
Yo,
Any
we need
kind
to
of
get Korean
steak
barbecue
situation. Yeah, we can. We can do that.
Maybe like at
Just
Extra
never-
Life, we
just
just
never
all
happens.
go get Korean barbecue.
Oh, that'd be good. There's gonna be so many of us though. Take like
Don't
6
forget,
cars.
I am most likely going to have a Chipotle catering thing because of how much goddamn Chipotle I'm eating that I'll probably just send to you guys.
If you send that to us, that's gonna be dangerous.
That it will be very dangerous.
Danny's gonna die. For one reason, it's either the alcohol will kill him or the Chipotle will kill him. We're not quite sure which.
I think it'll be Barrett
Off the top and then
for
poured
all of you
vodka
eating
in
the
it.
Chipotle.
Yeah, no, Barrett will actually just slowly choke out Danny.
I think that's Danny's biggest fantasy is to be slowly choked by me.
I was going to say, we all should be expecting some
succeeded.
snaps, some hot snaps for that now.
Oh, there's gonna be snaps galore during Extra Life. Yeah, there's gonna be hot peppers in Danny as well at some point.
Inside him.
In
Inside
Danny? Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
in
racist,
Barrett,
but
in
okay.
Danny. Wow, we finally found it. Now, I do want to share, I did get a Snapchat from Frank Bazzani letting me know that Danny says fuck Trevor. Hashtag.
Oh, good.
Thanks for
and-
sending that to me, Frank.
Yeah. So, just another piece of the pie pulled out. Tony,
Hey,
life, man, how's it treating you?
so I've been working a lot.
Yeah, you've been sick a lot too.
I did get sick. Yeah, that was kind of a thing that was not very fun.
How you doing? You feeling better?
So yeah, now I'm okay. But for a good 5 days there, I was very sick,
Yeah.
which is a very rare thing for me.
Down with it.
I got down. But so I basically just spent a lot of time sleeping and playing Overwatch. So I've done that, and No Man's Sky. I believe that was right before No Man's Sky came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a couple days before that. So
Mhm.
my life at that point was 80% sleep, 20% Overwatch,
Yeah, 0% food. Also.
0% food. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I've been at work most of the time, and then when I'm not at work, I've just been trying to get some stuff done. I don't know, make some moves,
Making moves. Tony Horvath over here. Apparently, you did something to piss Danny off. I don't know what you did.
I said that his Genji was awful.
Damn.
Hold on, let me see if I can find the tweet because it was pretty good.
I do remember that tweet. It was real
Yeah.
good.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. I was concerned. My mom had a surgery, and
Oh, okay. I got it. Real quick, you can get back to the surgery in a second.
okay.
Danny Juarez tweets one day ago, "I'm way cooler on the internet than I am in real life." Tony Horvath tweets, "At Stoked Danny, you're way cooler in real life than you are when you're trying to play Genji and failing." And then two of the girl hair flip emotes. So good.
Dave Martinson wanted to let me know. He sent me a snap saying, "Word on the street is Danny Juarez says fuck Trevor." So we've created this weird kind of collage of folks that are just spreading this hate speech. Honestly,
That's fine.
my
We need
Maryland-
to start the legion of people who say that Trevor says fuck Danny.
I'm taking fuck Trevor back. 'Cause he's right.
Oh,
Fuck Trevor.
yeah, guys, fuck Trevor. But in the good way. Hashtag fuck Trevor.
No, not even that.
All right, just fuck Trevor.
Just fuck Trevor.
Okay, somebody write that down.
That's going to be one of the titles we don't use because
Yeah.
it has fuck in it.
I've used titles with fuck in the word in the name words before.
All right, whatever
There's just
that
certain
sequence
places
of
we
words
couldn't post
was
it.
should be the.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but my mom had a procedure yesterday. Didn't go well.
didn't. Oh, that's not good.
She's fine, luckily, but she got all swollen up and bruised up, and then they had to go in surgery again and remove something that happens to your arteries where it's bleeding.
Was it some allergic reaction or?
No, it's. Let me find the word that she sent me.
I mean, while you're doing that, that's a horrible lead-in, Alex. My mom had surgery and did not go well. Go ahead and lead off next time with "so everything's fine."
I did say that immediately after. To be fair,
You got too much Greg Miller in you.
that's very true.
Rude.
Apparently she looks like she's been in a car accident, but she hasn't. A hematoma. So they had to go back in and remove that. The artery was bleeding and stitch it up. So basically all that blood got out. So she makes her look bruised up. So I was concerned about her today. I found that out today. But she told me in this time that she's been laid up, which was the words that she used, not mine.
Got laid up, yo.
She's been playing a hell of video games. Most
What
notably,
video games has she been playing?
Life is Strange, dog. She finished Life is Strange with my brother, and they cried all the way through the ending, which I thought was super sweet. And now she's working through Uncharted 4. So
I'm excited. I'm excited to hear what Mama last
Linda
name
the
O'Neill?
Shark.
Okay.
yeah,
Mama O'Neill has to say about Uncharted 4. You
Linda
should
the
have
Shark.
her. You should have her do a one-on-one sort of review for Uncharted 4.
I'm curious what she's
out.
going to think about it. She's like jumping back in because she got like I think halfway through it. So we'll see what she thinks. But there
I mean,
are
she can
definitely
also watch the spoiler cast that half of us were on.
yeah. I'll send it to her. I'll send her my Uncharted thing.
Our thoughts go out to her though. That really sucks though.
Well, thank you. I'll be sure to let her know.
Yeah,
She'll
yeah.
appreciate it. But yeah, she's in high spirits at the very least. So, and she's pretty stoked about being able to play video games. But yeah, I'm there are plans. I'm sure there will be like a one-on-one thing with me and my mom in the future. Podcast wise, I think it'll be cool. She's a cool lady. I think that's gonna wrap bonus content.
Wait.
Yeah.
What about Scott's week?
I asked Scott.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I think that might have been when you stepped up and walked away.
Okay.
The,
I'm
the
sorry,
one
Scott.
minute you went to go get a beer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Scott. I love you. He's gone.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Scott left.
Scott is AFK.
No, I'm just not responding.
When I land in Maryland, the first thing I'm not going to see is Alex O'Neill picking me up. It's going to be Scott running towards me just to punch me in the face.
It'll be Scott in his goddamn white Prius picking you up in there.
Prius.
It's true. He does drive a
There'll
white
be
Prius.
there'll be a tractor trailer strolling by, and the Prius will just be you will see a God damn it. Moving on.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end of it. At least I want Scott to pick up like Danny from the airport.
Oh God!
Like
Oh, God.
they've never like one-on-one
never met.
interacted or met in person, but Scott picks him up and then it's just 35 minutes of them in a car by themselves together.
Danny's just getting drunk already, and Scott's just like,
Danny's just wasted off the airplane because he's like, this weekend's gonna be crazy. Next day he's like, I don't think I'm gonna drink for the rest of the weekend.
Scott just scared it out of him.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm really hungover now, guys. I don't want to be hungover. I want to have fun with my friends when I'm here. I'm like, let's see how long this lasts. Take 3 tequila shots right when we get in the venue.
Fuck Danny.
Let's start the
Tell
show.
your mama, tell your daddy.
Tell your mama, tell your daddy. Fuck Danny. Everybody have their preferred recording software or devices
Yes, sir.
open, ready for a countdown. Mhm.
Yes. Definitively.
There are 6 of us, so this is going to be a little hectic. So,
I mean, we're gonna need to take a break just after the introductions.
yeah, I mean, if you need to grab something, I would grab it now. If everyone needs to refill a drink,
Yeah, I'll go grab a drink.
go to the
I'll get
bathroom.
some cubed water real quick.
I'll get you that.
Fuck you. And that meta shit.
You got a problem with cubed water?
Cubed
I'll be right back.
I mean, like, just gotta like be smart and stuff.
Just gotta let me take a sip of this real quick, mid thought. Be smart and stuff.
As I drink my beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drinking more, which
You're
don't
getting
know.
ready. You're just getting that tolerance up so that way you'll be able to keep up.
I probably won't be drinking the day of. Because
Oh.
I do want to try to do the 24 hours.
I'm gonna have to like live produce the show, so I'm gonna be running around making sure people get food and are well fed. Like I don't even know if I'll be able to play video games. So
I could be your producer.
your
For that.
my stagehand.
Yeah, I do that.
We'll figure out. I think they're definitely folks that are gonna circulate into roles of like how can I help out as far as getting people fed and not dead.
And then Danny will just be lying there, his fucking fat weeboo ass.
Just strung out with his PSVR on his head, like I'm a fucking what?
Just watching that fucking anime porn. It's just all the time
Yeah.
on his VR headset.
Hashtag
Jeez,
VR.
that's so weird that VR will be out when we get over there. Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be
We'll
interesting.
be in a virtual
Technically,
world.
some of the VR is out right now.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck other VR.
Oh, that's good. That's good policy.
But what
yeah.
is there? Have people found out a way of being able to do Let's Plays with VR? Is that a thing yet?
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to know without the PSVR in people's hands to kind of test it.
That's true.
I know folks that have ideas of how they're going to approach it. So, and PlayStation sure as hell has a way to capture VR footage. So
Yeah, because they've done it before, obviously.
I just going off of how the HDMI cables and everything work on that device, I have an idea, but we'll see. No, one more time for me, Barrett. I'm sorry, I didn't quite get all that.
Fucking mess.
The profound insight
There it
from
is.
by a Zone of Gamer's own Barrett Courtney.
BZG. He puts the G in BZG. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I don't think I do.
the Gurf.
Yeah, the truth. Tell me about this new guy. So you killed Ricky, right? He's gone. He left.
Ricky left me. He moved to Sacramento.
Oh, what a bastard!
I know. I miss him a lot. So we got this new guy, Max Romero, who sort of came out of nowhere. I've worked with him at the company that I've worked for. So we met about a year and a half ago, and at one point he was like, "Yo, like, I heard you like Batman." He started showing me like all because he likes to sort of do design, and he's.
Did he say you're gonna love me?
Please love me.
He showed me like this like really cool like clay model that he made of like Two-Face, and he like designed his own version of Two-Face, and he showed me that. I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. So
Like
from
his
there on
own
out, we
version of him?
yeah, and it was like his like sort of newer design of Two-Face, and it was really fucking dope. And from there, we sort of became friends, and he knew of the podcast, and he started being a guest a couple of times starting earlier this year. And then at one point, like when Ricky left, he was the option that made the most sense of like, hey, like we love a lot of the same nerdy shit. Like, would you be down to do this? And he was all on board. So he had his first episode officially as like a host a couple weeks ago, and then a couple of days ago, him and I recorded a one-on-one episode since Henry was in Philadelphia. So it's a good episode. But yeah, he's been fitting in pretty well.
Cool. Good. As long as he gets along with Henry, right?
Yeah, as long like the rule is like if Henry fucking hates you, then the rule is you have to die. That is the rule.
That's bad news for me. It was real rough for me right out of the gate, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Max is excited to be a part of BGG, and I'm excited for him to be a part of this dumb thing that I created. But yeah, it's cool. He's also way more talented than any the rest of us that are in that group. So we finally have our talent.
Yeah. Lucky for Irrational Passions, none of us have talent. So
0 people. Yep.
I hear Tony
just stop right there.
Yeah.
is a great dancer.
Oh, well. I just don't like to show it.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the Harlem Shake going on,
Shit, man.
That should be one of our
Extra life videos?
extra life things. Is like when we hit this like number, we will record 4 years late a Harlem Shake video.
That would be pretty good.
The twist though, we're all wearing furry costumes.
Yeah, but then I'd have to figure out what my fursona is, and I don't
even know what mine is.
I'm sure Danny has you all covered there.
That's true.
Danny, please tweet at me what my persona is.
Yeah,
with a picture.
Take everyone listening, watching, taking this in right now, whether you're watching the archive or watching live, I need you to tweet at Stoked Danny, it's 2 D's in the middle there, and ask him what your personal fursona is, and he will tell you. And there are 9 people watching this live right now, so I know at least 9 tweets are about to go out that are going to really piss off Danny.
Well, he's one of them.
He's one of them. So 8 tweets are going to go out.
Danny just tweets at himself.
He'll tweet to himself, yeah. Totally.
Oh, yeah, he will. Just as a reminder to all of our lovely viewers, one, thank you for watching, and two, if you have any questions for the panel at large here, you can send them to @IrrationalPod, all one word, with the hashtag IPQ. And we'll read them in the mail sack segment after Barrett stops shitting out of his mouth with voice word letter sounds. And that'll be at the end of the show in 16 hours when we get there. So let's strap in. Everybody got your audacities ready?
No.
I have strap.
All right, cool. On one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yay! Objective secured.
Bang, 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 ding, 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 dong, 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 dong. Blue moon.
There you
I
go.
really hope that my audio doesn't skip this time.
I will try and
Not your
remember.
problem, Matt,
I
at this
have
time,
no
so.
preference.
I will try and remember to do a time check.
Yeah. I think it should be fine. I think the reason it got all fucked up last time was because I was running Skype, OBS, Split Cam, and Audacity all at the same time. So I think it was like my computer was just like, go fuck yourself.
That's typically what it is. Frank Bazzani just sent me a picture of him watching this with a thumbs up, like in front of the screen, which maybe I guess that means he.
Everybody else doing middle finger, so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Look at
That'd
Bazzani.
be different.
Spreading good thoughts around the world.
I mean, he did tweet at Danny asking what his persona was, so I feel like we really
At least he
did.
participated.
We accomplished our mission. If we
job,
got at least one tweet, I would have been happy with it. I'm gonna ask Danny what my persona is as well.
You gotta know. Hashtag Ask Danny.
I'm gonna use the hashtag Ask Danny.
You're welcome.
I accidentally did @Ask Danny, and that's Danny.
Ask Danny.
And that's Danny Marley, who is some other person, but I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, dude, you gotta ask him. Need to know.
We're gonna figure it
Danny
out.
Marley is the one who responds and says, "Oh, I think you're this."
It's this.
Then it's literally just a gift from the heavens. All right, I will tweet out this garbage link on fire. Jesus, Barrett,
I'm
like-
in a weird place.
you should have a safety, but for your
Fair,
mouth
right?
hole.
Yeah, probably.
Dave Martinson, I'm supposed to tweet you something, but I missed what it was.
That's really good. You know, Dave, you're doing good.
he used the hashtag Ask Danny.
There you go. You got that part.
All right, I'll be right back.
We're about. All right, it's fine. This is my fault.
I actually don't want choices, Danny. I need you to pick for me.
Yeah, Danny just fucking sent this bullshit response.
Yeah, I actually need a personalized response.
I need a personalized response.
Alyssa says hi.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
They all say hi.
Be bullshit. Danny Juarez dreams. Personalize your response. All right. There we go. I feel like that's an appropriate tweet response, and let's get this show started. It is Saturday, August 20th, 2016, and you are listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I am your host, Alex O'Neill, and with me this week, I have Scott Guthier.
Hello.
Tony Horvath is here.
Love Diva.
Joining us is Brian Nobishin Jackson, as always.
Why, Mr. O'Neill? Why? Why do you do it? Why get up? Why keep writing? Why do you believe? Do you believe you're writing for something? For your own survival? Can you tell me what it is? Do you even know? Is it freedom or truth? Perhaps peace? Could it be for love? Illusions, Mr. O'Neill. Vagaries of perceptions. Temporary construct of a feeble human intellect trying to desperately justify the existence of while meaning or purpose is all artificial as video games itself. Although only a human mind could invent something as insipid as video games. Must be doing it for a reason. Do you see it, Mr. O'Neill? You can't win. It's pointless to keep fighting. Why, Mr. O'Neill? Why? Why do you persist? Okay, that's it.
That's it? I like that. That's gonna be actually.
That was really good.
That's gonna be the forward at my of my autobiography.
This is from the Matrix Revolution, the only good part in that movie.
That's right.
That yeah,
That Mr. Smith monologue, right?
yeah, the Mr. Anderson monologue.
Yeah. We have two wonderful guests this week joining us. First, I think it's more important to kind of set the scene, and no one sets the scene better than Barrett Courtney. You have to use your words because this is also an audio form. But instead, if you want to just make a face.
I had a bunch of beer in my mouth and I couldn't say hi.
Hi, hey.
Just a bunch of beer.
With the scene we need an actor to perform on this stage, and there's no better actor choice than Trevor Starkey.
How does a bastard orphan son of a whore and a Scotsman dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by providence, impoverished and squalor grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. By 14, they placed him in charge of a trading charter, and every day while slaves were being slaughtered and carted away across the waves, he struggled and kept his guard up inside. He was longing for something to be a part of. The brother was ready to beg, steal, borrow, or barter. Then a hurricane came and devastation reigned. A man saw his future dripping down the drain, put a pencil to his temple, connected it to his brain, and he wrote his first refrain, a testament to his pain. Well, the word got around. They said this kid is insane, man. Took up a collection just to send him to the mainland. Get your education, don't forget from whence you came, and the world's gonna know your name. What's your name, man? Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Beautiful.
I mean, if the
favorite
question was
Beastie Boys
how,
song.
if the question was how, because that my question was never answered.
I feel like the initial question was not addressed and would not be addressed for at least 2 full scenes into the play. I have my complaints. Thank you. Good night.
Yep.
I'm very proud to say that I've gotten our guest from the previous week, Roger Picorni, obsessed with Hamilton.
I figured he would like it.
Yeah, I knew he would like it, and then I showed it to him, and he loved it. And then we just like listened to it the whole weekend he was here. I was very excited about it. Thank you again for showing me or telling me to get off my ass and listen to Hamilton.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, I decided in the shower earlier this week. I was like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do for my intro. Go Nabochin with it.
Yeah, I like it. Well, as I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's. Oh, go ahead.
It's better than a bunch of beer in your mouth. That's probably better than that.
It is a little bit better than a bunch of beer in your mouth. I think that's a good option still too, Barrett.
I mean, I was still happy with the beer in my mouth, but it probably wasn't the best thing for audio listeners.
Yeah, probably not. It sounded more like. As I'm sure you can tell, we have some returning faces and a full cast and crew this evening. So it's going to be a busy show, let's say. So strap in. Barrett, for folks who don't know, you're from BZG, Bay Zone of Gamers. By Zone of Gamers.
Yeah. BZG, youtube.com/Bay Zone of Gamers, and bzgamers.com, where I host a weekly podcast called Talking Shit, which is sort of just a topical conversation podcast where we like to talk shit about all of our favorite things, all of our least favorite things, and yada yada yada. Where we talk about video games, nerdy stuff, and sometimes we talk about like why Coke is the superior soda and why 7-Up is fucking garbage and trash, and and then I also host a weekly news show called BGG News where I talk about like all the nerdy news that you should care about. And I'm also working on a news show.
Mm-hmm. That we talked about in the bonus content. So
we did talk about it in the bonus content, which you can check out on youtube.com/IrrationalPassions.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah? Did I get that URL right?
Oh, no, you nailed
Correct?
it. You're
okay, so
golden,
this episode for the audio listeners will go up on the 23rd, I'm guessing, the Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever Alex gets off his ass and edits it.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever he does that, that lazy fucking man. Oh my god, he does nothing for.
I literally do.
Jesus.
I do nothing.
So by the time you guys are listening to this, I might be able to talk a little bit more about this new show, this new project next week. So check it out.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your ears open
to the social media.
Yeah.
At Banana
Chong. Yeah, there you go on Twitter. Just follow me there.
But people already know all this. This is your third time on Irrational Passions podcast, Barrett.
It was the third time I had to beg and unzip Alex's pants and fucking do the dirty to get on the show.
Oh, yeah, I just want to completely throw you under the bus. You told me you double booked us. Which one of us did you book first, Alex?
I booked Barrett first.
Yep.
I forgot. And then I was like,
You're a fucking dick.
and I was like,
and we were talking about it, like, who else can we get on the show this week? And everyone was like, duh, Trevor.
I mean, technically, I booked Zyger first.
Yeah, the other
for
thing
the
was
show.
Zyger. That was what I had heard, was that Zyger canceled.
That is correct.
Thanks, Zyger. Enjoy Chicago.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you were like, oh, also Barrett's going to be here. And I was like, oh, so Tech's going to go great.
So like, yeah, Zyger canceled on me like a month and a half ago, and I'm like, oh shit. And then Barrett had texted me that week, asking if he could come on that week's show, and I said no, but hey, I have an opening this week. It's because we already had a guest.
I know.
And then here we are, a double book guest, and I have double book guests for next week, but that was intentional at the very least. But also
it's okay,
join us.
Alex. I know how you feel about me now, so it's okay.
I mean, yeah, I love you with a very deep and inferno-like passion.
Well,
not
what I'm hearing though
Alex.
is I'm hearing that Alex wanted you, Barrett, and everybody else wanted me.
I want all of my
Alex?
friends on the show always.
Alex,
That's
I'm
not.
not.
You have a what's it called? A seven-man limit.
7 people is the absolute maximum we were ever allowed to hit.
Right.
Because we've done
6
it
is
once
the
before.
actual limit, and 7 is whoops.
Yeah, 7 is the whoops limit. Because we had like a regular 6-person crew going for a little while, and that was a lot.
That was intense.
Yeah, there's 6 audio files we got edited.
Some
for the
might
show.
say we were camping.
Yeah, we were in tents, actual tents with canvas on them.
That's a Danny Juarez level joke right there.
Yeah, it is. Barrett, what I want you to think about is in your third appearance on Irrational Passions podcast, you are now in the 3-Timers Club. I want you to think about what mark you want to leave on Irrational Passions history.
Mark, you want to lick.
What mark do you want to get? It
Mark?
lit? And I'm gonna touch back with you at the end of the show, and I want you to have a definitive answer. Okay?
Wait, so like what mark? Like what?
No, you take
I
some
want-
time to think about it.
I don't understand the question though.
You'll get it. Trevor Starkey is also here,
Hello, hello.
The ass, you'll never know.
who I'm very excited to see again. We haven't had you on since January. I think we had Barrett
sounds
back
right.
on in like February. I think it was January.
No,
Yeah,
it was after
February
Batman v
sounds
Superman,
right.
so it was like March.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was March.
yeah.
That's right.
They ruined Superman.
They ruined Superman. So this is your second appearance, Trevor. Second
Yeah.
of many more, I'm sure.
Plus the top 10 of last year, if we count those.
Those are kind of
probably
like
don't. Those
That's a different
don't.
show.
It's a spin-off. It was a spin-off.
It is kind of an Irrational Passion spin-off show. That's more of like a. I feel like that's evergreen, right? That's something anyone could like. If you were just listening to Irrational Passions for the first time, right? You could kind of get an idea for the dynamic and kind of what we go for in those. You could
Yeah, we only do that for special occasions or when Robert Courtney's on.
Yeah, when Roger Picorni's on, when he doesn't get a number, not for
Yeah.
real. Rational Pod Packs. That's his number.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Now that he has a number, he can't come on an episode that is not that number.
He's been on twice, right?
Right,
Like,
right. But you see, now that he has the number though.
Now he has got 290. He can only ever be on episode 290. So when we start a new show, Rational Passions Podcast 2, he has
Yeah.
to come on 290 of that.
I think I was 271, so now I'm 291. So I'll be back at what is that? 311.
311. Oh shit.
Yeah. Investigate 311.
I mean, that's if we ever recorded episode 311, because fucking who knows?
We're never gonna make it there. Trevor, for folks that don't know or have just jumped on the bandwagon recently, where can they find more of what you do on the internet?
I run TrevorTrove.com, which is my
Editor-in-chief of TrevorTrove.com.
Editor-chief, sole proprietor of TrevorTrove.com, where I have been taking a page out of Alex's Writing Everyday book. I've been writing and publishing, because I had to one-up him,
Of course.
every day since November 1st, which means next Friday I hit day 300.
Hell yeah, you
of
do.
Writing every day.
Fuck yeah, man.
So,
Coming up on your 1 year. I'm very excited. Do you have any plans or anything for that?
for 300?
Yeah, for 365.
For 365.
Right about writing for a year.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Make it a thing.
We'll see.
Make it a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a thing planned for 300 next week.
Okay.
Whether I get off my ass and actually like put it together, that'll be a different thing. But yeah, I'm sure I'll do something milestoney. The thing that we got screwed on, of course, Alex, is that this is a leap year.
Mm-hmm.
So the actual 365 is not the anniversary, but rather the day before the anniversary.
Yeah, we both got screwed on that one. Very weird.
Yeah. So yeah, October 31st will be day 365, and then November 1st will be the anniversary. So I'll have to figure out what I do there if I'm still bothering with any of this.
Right about the leap years, man. Like fuck every 4 years. Come on, man.
Yeah, right about how leap years are the worst years.
Except in 2000 when we didn't have a leap year, because it's every 4 years except for every millennia.
Oh, there you go.
Which doesn't make any fuck calendars.
Man, fuck Gregorian and whatever he was thinking.
Those Romans really dicked us.
Yeah, there's there's a quote from a famous Native American, I can't fucking remember who it is, who says, "You don't cut off the tip of a blanket and add it on to the other end of the blanket and say you have more blanket." So that's how I feel about the fucking dumb leap year shit.
But like, what if you cut off the tip of 4 blankets and added it onto the 4th blanket? Then you would have one more blanket.
And of course, this was a 5th blanket that you cut the tip off of.
Yeah.
And you just, like, every 4 years, you just cut another tip off of that blanket.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna go back. I love cutting tips.
Go back
Circumcision is okay, guys. Just fucking fuck it.
Finally, we found an answer.
I'm sorry, Nabashin, are you on it? Is circumcision is okay one of the titles now?
On it right now.
He is now. We've got a great show lined up for all of you lovely listeners out there. Viewers, listeners, whichever you prefer, like we alluded to just a bit ago, we have an additional 45 minutes of bonus content, which is just video of us being stupid idiots over on youtube.com/irrationalpassions, and we talk about a lot of stuff. Mostly Danny Juarez. I'm going to be real. But that's okay. He keeps us entertained. I wonder what day he's on as far as writing every day. He's a good kid.
Day 3.
Day 3. Fucked it up 7 times already. But the podcast is not your only source of great Irrational Passions content. You can go to irrationalpassions.com, and there's cool stuff going up over there, like the Monthly Passions podcast for July, which I listened to. Nabashan, have you ever listened to Monthly Passions podcast?
Yeah, a couple of times. I haven't gotten around to it lately because it wasn't on iTunes for the longest time, but now it is, so now I can listen to it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm a big fan.
I was on that show once. It was fucking rad.
Yeah, it's the way Jarrett cuts that show together. It's very NPR-like. It's very cool. It's very much a thing that Jarrett would come up with and kind of spearhead. I'm very proud of him for it.
That guy knows how to have a fucking conversation, let me tell you.
Yeah, he's a great one-on-one interviewer. In addition to that, we have a review of Bound up by George Cruz. He was blown away by that game. Him and I had a very lengthy kind of correspondence back and forth about that. He was very nervous about giving it the score that he did, which was a 10. And he was very worried about presenting that score to me. And, the thing is, when he wrote the review and sent it to me, he did not have a score for it. And I'm like, I read this and it sounds like you want to give this game a 10. And he's like, I do. And here are other reasons why. And we talked a little bit more about it. It sounds like that game very much had an effect on him personally, like Journey had on me. And he actually kind of talks about that in the review, about how these different games have different effects on different folks. And this was the one that hit that for him. And
never regret any review score you put up. That's the advice I'll give you. Never regret anything. Don't let anybody make you feel any different than you should.
Until it's Game of the Year show.
Until it's Game of the Year show, and then regret every decision you've ever made.
Until it's Game of the Year show, and everybody's just like, fuck Fallout 4, and then I'm just sitting there like, but you guys said you liked it. And they're just like, no, Undertale. And I was like, fuck, all right.
And then you played Undertale, and you're like, fuck, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Bound review. It's very good. It's a very good review. George is very talented when it comes to like drawing imagery with sentences. So it's worth a read, even if you're not super into the game or don't plan on playing it. He doesn't spoil anything for it, so you don't have to worry about that. But it sounds like a really cool game. I wish I had gotten the chance to play it by now, but I have not. If you missed it, Yusef's review of Abzu is up as well. Speaking of Journey likes or similar feelings from games like that. And Elliot Altland has another article up about how Battleborn wins cross-platform multiplayer. It's a very good read. It was cool. He has a couple of good examples in there just talking about cross-platform multiplayer. Again, this is kind of coming from the perspective of we're not really sure how many complications that setting this up would create because people aren't really talking about it because it's not a thing yet. But it's an interesting conversation to have at the very least. It's a good read. So that's all stuff on IrrationalPod.com. There's more stuff coming too. I've got 2 articles in my docket to edit, so I know of 2 right now that are coming. And I did finally get that Hyperlight Drifter review edited, so hopefully that'll go up soon. But I'm trying to think. Let's Plays are coming back on Monday. You can watch Brant and I play Kirby 64, whatever the fuck that game is called. That's a weird game. I've never seen Brant get more angry at a video game also, including Donkey Kong 64.
Donkey Kong 64, the greatest game of all time.
Now I'm just gonna let that one hang.
I can get down with that.
All right, Scott. So that's it.
Maybe
as far
not
as,
the greatest game of all time. But it
Oh,
does
you betrayed
things
me.
pretty well.
maybe not. We'll have a conversation about it. Now, I do want to open the avenue since we have 2 incredibly talented folks on this show today. I do want to open the avenue for.
Yeah, we have 6, Alex.
That's
6
fair.
incredibly talented folks.
Well, at least 5.
We have 5, and
I'm just planting seeds for my coup when I take over Irrational Passions.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, have fun
Everybody
reining
else
these
on my
kids in.
side.
You're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna have to pull it out of my cold dead hands.
I can help with that.
Yeah, Scott will help. He broke into my house once.
That did happen.
I mean, I'm sure I can get Danny to do something, at Extra Life.
Oh yeah, he'll poison me, I'm sure. Trevor, what is a thing that you've put up recently that you're particularly proud of? You want folks to go check out?
So and this kind of touches on one of the games that I've been playing recently. I wrote a big long piece about Lego Dimensions and what that means to me about a week ago, probably. It's a very that was a game that fell by the wayside because it was a game that I played with my ex, and it was the thing that we did together, and then we broke up back in January, and so it had been very hard for me to actually go back to. So I kind of, in addition to reviewing the game, I wrote kind of the story of why it took me so long to actually get through that game. Yeah, it was I felt very proud of that little personal piece.
Awesome. Barrett, what about you? Anything up particularly recently that you want people to check out?
I actually wrote a review for Batman the Telltale series episode 1. That went up a couple weeks ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, about I have August 2nd. So yeah, a couple weeks ago. You can find it on betgamers.com. I felt very underwhelmed by the first episode, but I think that there is still room for something really cool there is room for potential, and there's something they do really well, and they change things up. As someone who has loved Batman since he was a very, very, very young boy, they did some new things that I would never thought to have seen in a Batman story. So there's some cool things about it. There's some not cool things about it. So if you want to read my full thoughts, you can go to bzgamers.com/blog. It's the most recent post up right now. So
yeah. So it's bzgamers.com as well as trevortrove.com. Go check those out. Highly recommended. I love these 2 folks, and I'm pretty sure everyone on this podcast that isn't me, that isn't Trevor or Barrett, also agrees with that sentiment.
I agree with
I don't
you.
know. I'm pretty sure Scott will punch me the first time he sees me in person.
God, I hope so.
What a great way to start out that weekend when that happens. Just do that entire stream just with a black eye. I'm excited.
Now,
or a black guy.
oh snap! And then Nabashin just shows up.
We can have both.
Yeah, it's true.
There's room for both.
I need you guys to know that Jacob Bryant is really trying to get it so he doesn't go to Extra Life. I want you to sit on that.
Fuck you, Jacob Bryan. Here's a message for fucking Jacob Bryan from Variety.com, who thinks he's too cool to hang out with us because he writes his Fear the Walking Dead fucking reviews
recaps or whatever he does.
Recaps or whatever the fuck he does. He likes to interview people from them as well. Jacob Bryan, you're just a fucking beautiful man.
Well,
please come hang out with us.
Before you encourage him to come over, notice that we do have a house that's full of too many people, probably.
Yeah.
And already we're going to be micromanaging outlet slots.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have to kill each other for some of this stuff. No, we'll figure it out. We'll be fine. We got a spare bedroom that is going to be a green screen studio. I'm sure if we cut to that at some point during the stream, that'll go over great.
Yeah. Yes. I'm so glad I'm coming in a couple of days early so I can help you set up that shit because I know tech stuff.
It's gonna be a goddamn something. but at the end of the day, this is a podcast about video games. Let's talk about video games. I want Trevor to go first.
Oh yeah, well I want Barrett to go first.
Whoa!
Favorite.
Trevor, you go first. I've been on this podcast way too many times.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
All right. So, like I said, Lego Dimensions. I finally finished that one up, and by finished it up, I mean I got the platinum in it. There's still like 400 and some odd, 430 gold bricks that I could collect from the game because it's goddamn ridiculous. I have every like figure in the whole first year set because it's you can see like some of the boxes right there because I finally put a bunch of them together.
Nice.
So I've got like that nice little collection going.
What's that noise going over? Like it sounds like a motorcycle driving past someone's house.
No, that's my dog.
Oh, okay.
He's just in my room now, so I picked him up. And that's what he does when he gets picked up.
Okay.
Yeah, Lego Dimensions. It's great Lego gameplay. Just fun, cutesy, dumb. Not difficult. But this one, because it's got the little toy pad that you have to actually like move pieces around on to do the Toys to Life component of it. It's got the most creative puzzles that any of the Lego games have ever had. So that was that was a lot of fun to explore and experiment with. They got to really kind of go places that they'd never done before. So yeah, that was really enjoyed that. Like the weird mashup of like random IPs, like Wizard of Oz and Portal and Batman, somehow works. It starts a little slow because there's like the IPs that like nobody knows about or like I don't know about, like Ninjago and Legends of Chima.
But then tell you about Legends of Chima. Holy shit, man.
Okay.
I know nothing about it, yeah.
Yeah. I still have all of those figures, of course, because I have an addiction and a problem. Thank you, Greg Miller.
Yeah.
But Greg was also amazing and sent me like the exclusive Green Arrow minifig that has only been like given out at E3 and San Diego Comic-Con. So that was kind of what triggered me to go back and be like, okay, well, if Greg's like reaching out and giving me this, I'm gonna go ahead and like finish this damn game.
Yeah,
and then
they
right
called
after
you
I made
out on it.
Yeah, right after I made that decision to do it, he called me out on PS I Love You XOXO, and I was like, all right, well, fine. So I got the platinum within the next few days. Thanks, Greg Miller. I love you. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had a great time with that. I'm looking forward to all of the new weird random things they're throwing into Season 2 when those start coming out. You have like the A-Team and Sonic the Hedgehog, and like it's like the IPs that they've got going into the game are what confirm for me that it is not a game for children. It is a game for like families. It is very much a game for man-children, like people my age who actually might remember some of those things, but even people older than me, because like I wasn't around for Knight Rider. That wasn't a thing when I was growing up. Although Mr. Feeney is in it as the voice of Kit, so I mean, you
Yeah,
can't
which is
go
still
wrong with
super
that.
weird. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to how they continue to build that out, which is fun because I had more fun probably building the figures and everything than anything else really. The game's great, but it was just fun taking me back and actually building the little Lego things. Um,
Yeah, it seems like I don't know, like the mashup aspect of it, just in a similar way to like Smash Brothers, but in a weird like all of the B list IP way.
yeah,
of It's really cool, and yeah, I mean like Goonies and Ghostbusters and things like that are such specific pulls that they definitely appeal to someone like me.
yeah.
So
And like Harry Potter is going to be the big one this season. Now that Disney Infinity is gone, there's all these rumors and talk about okay, well now they're going to get at least Star Wars in there, if not Marvel, just because DC is so prevalent
Yeah.
in the game already. But I mean, we haven't had a good like Marvel DC crossover, so maybe this could be the thing that can actually make it work. Maybe they can get like the lawyers to settle their differences and say, yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and make this happen. People will have fun with it. We'll all get money. We'll all make a shit ton of money. So that'd be really cool. That'd be really like those are my exciting hopes for a season 3, as well as I'm sure they'll continue adding in completely weird, obscure '80s franchises.
yeah,
Anyone that you're looking forward to or hoping, other than Short Circuit, because everybody wants that.
Short Circuit would be that's definitely an interesting one. I would love to
Please,
see.
I'll get in if they have Short Circuit in it.
I mean, like it would be like I'm sure it won't happen. Like I'm sure I would be screwed out of it because I'm like I play it on PlayStation 4. But like if they did they did like Lego Mario, or just Lego Nintendo for like the Nintendo version of it, like on the NX. I'm like, okay, I might like that might get me to like buy the game again just to have. Or no, I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably just buy the figures though,
Sure.
just so I could have them. But yeah, like game things. Like I know Greg would be super keen to have like Uncharted in there, and I think that could be some fun. Like yeah, the weird. It's always weird like the little interactions that the characters have together because they've like managed to like incorporate a lot of them. So if you've got Superman on screen at the same time as like Doc Brown, they'll make jokes together about time travel and how Superman would never go back in time. So yeah,
That's cool.
It's yeah, and if you have the Chris Pratt characters from Lego Movie and Jurassic World together, they'll make jokes about how they're the same person. So yeah, it's like they did a really like it's just filled with fan service. There's Easter eggs like in every because there's like the levels and then every franchise has its own hub world that you can only access if you have characters from that franchise. So yeah, you can go into like Hill Valley and you can go into Hill Valley in the Back to the Future for 1985. You can go back to the Wild West. You can go to the future in 2015. And there's just little like they definitely gave the game a ton of love and care. The Portal levels are a really clever way of like incorporating Portal into the game. The Midway game levels do like it's just you play the old Midway arcade games, but there's also like a Lego version of Paperboy that you just kind of like walk through the level and you're throwing that like the objective in that level is to get the newspapers in the mailboxes. So yeah, they just did a lot of great, clever nods to everything that they've incorporated in there. So I look forward to seeing what they'll do next.
So, I mean, because I'm not too familiar with Lego Dimensions specifically, is that game like still just like a Lego game? Like go through these levels, collect all these things.
It is absolutely a Lego game. You can play the whole thing. You can get the platinum with just the starter pack, which is Lego Batman, Gandalf, and Wild Style from Lego Movie and the Batmobile. And you can go through, but you can't like all of the mini kits in every level. Like a lot of those end up locked behind other characters. Like you need a character that can wash away this slime, like in Lego Batman or something, and like only Krusty the Clown can maybe do that with his seltzer water.
Okay.
So at launch, it was you had to have those characters to get into things, and so there were things like the Midway thing didn't. That was like the last level pack that came out, so you couldn't even do any of the midway stuff until like March or May of this year, whenever that came out.
Yeah.
Even though you'd had the game the whole time. But they did incorporate pretty early on this like hire a hero thing, where you can use in-game studs for some of the puzzles to like temporarily unlock a character for like 30 seconds, do the puzzle with them real quick, get the gold brick or get the mini kit piece or whatever, and then you go back to your other character and you continue to level if you didn't have the actual figure to throw on the game.
That makes sense. Yeah, I just like I got so pretty much over the Lego game formula a long time ago.
Yeah, I still enjoy it. It's fun, mindless gaming for me. It's games that I can play while I'm listening to podcasts, catching up on shows or something like that. Because it is very much just, I'm gonna go through this level, I'm gonna break everything, I'm gonna collect all the studs, and feel accomplished at the end.
That's fair.
And there's nice like tongue-in-cheek humor and stuff in there.
Yeah. What else have you been playing?
No Man's Sky, which you guys have talked about extensively.
We can save that for like a big discussion toward the end.
Yeah. Bound, which you mentioned earlier. That's actually the review I'll be writing tonight after we finish recording. Will be kind of my Bound review. And the Cliff's Notes version of it is basically I did not have a great time with it, but I think it's still a game I recommend because it does a lot of great things and marries art and music and dance very well. It just didn't connect with me, but I can see why it would connect with somebody and why somebody would give it a 10. So that's basically the balancing act of writing up my critique on it will be. It is very like beautiful, but I think having just played Abzu, and like that already being very fresh in my mind, I didn't have enough time apart from those kinds of games to really like. I was telling our friend Ali Mushka that game put me asleep like 3 times this week, and it's like it was just very much it's very peaceful. It's very very deliberately slow, kind of working through levels, and the levels are like 5 to 10 minutes, and it was just like I couldn't keep my eyes open a couple times this week as I like would just try and play through a level. So it just wasn't hitting with me, but I can recognize the potential that it has and why it will hit with somebody.
I'm curious, as someone, so I haven't played either Abzu or Bound. You obviously know that I love Journey quite a bit. Which one would you recommend over the other?
Abzu or Bound?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Bound takes that formula and puts it in a different direction, whereas Abzu felt so much it felt just like Journey underwater or like Flower underwater. It didn't feel like it was adding anything new to it really, outside of beautiful visuals and a different environment. So if you're looking for like a new experience in that genre, I would say Bound.
Okay.
But I had a better experience and a better meditative experience and relaxing journey through the game with Abzu.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a fair response, especially like knowing me. That's definitely where I've been leaning. I'm curious to give Bound a shot. Again, it's weird because that was like the first kind of pre-release game that I've had someone else review as like an editor. So that's an interesting position to be in. It was a valuable learning experience just to have someone feel so strongly about it, and like those conversations with him, with George, like talking about that game and his belief in its quality, and him talking to me was like, hey, this is going to be one that people remember. And then like the reviews post that day, and it was very, very divisive, like more so than I think I've seen with games of this ilk, like a lot of 6s and a lot of 10s, like not a lot in the middle. I didn't see like a lot of 8.0s, at least in the little bit that I saw kind of the day the reviews posted. So it was I don't know, that game seems interesting, at least.
I mean, one of the special things about that game is I can see as somebody who grew up and has been like heavily involved in the arts for the last 15 years, I can see artistic influences in like paintings and painters, as well as like dance influences. And so there are direct pulls from like popular art, and I was like, I know that art, I know what that is supposed to refer to, but I don't know the artist, so I'm gonna go and Google, red, yellow, blue squares art and figure out who that person is, because the game prompted me to like want to know and want to put a name to that image that I was looking at. So that's a really like that. Like I said, that kind of thing is why I think it's important and why I think people should play it, because it's going to expose them to something that they might not otherwise normally be exposed to. But it just the gameness of it was just it was, and it could entirely be that I was just so tired of already going very slow and lethargically walking through spaces from No Man's Sky that more of the same in this was not pushing the buttons I needed. I needed a Doom to kind of break up the monotony there.
That's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. I'm curious to see what your review says. Anything else you've been playing?
Then the other one, Deus Ex Go, came out on mobile this week, and I've been plugging my way through that on my phone.
Yeah. Still have never played a Go game of the Square Enix variety.
I have the first pre-release game I got to review was Hitman Go for nerds. They gave me a copy of that like the day before, and so I'd like burned through it. I already knew the game and had played some of it on my phone, so I was like, all right, this is pretty much the same, but now on Vita or on PS4. So I have like one of the earliest platinums in that game.
Nice.
Haha. Yeah. And then I have the first platinum in Brutal. So haha, suck it, Roger Courtney.
Somewhere out there, he's super upset. It's funny because like I watched his video review. His shot of the leaderboards and that it's his name on like number 7 and then yours at number 1.
Yeah.
It's
like,
really funny.
The day that came out, I got knocked from the top spot, and I was like, that doesn't surprise me. But
yeah,
it was so Deus Ex Go is very much a continuation of the Square Enix Montreal Go games, puzzle solving with a new coat of paint. This one has interesting little hacking puzzles, and it's also the first one that has like incorporated a more like specifically narrative story. Like there is text and characters are talking to one another.
Oh, cool.
Which is, I mean, it is what it is. It's a mobile narrative game, so it's you do 7 puzzles and then you get like a 5-panel back and forth. Oh, this person did this thing. Oh, I think they did this thing really, and I'm gonna go chase after them, and then it's just a segue into the next puzzles. Puzzles are really cool, clever. It's definitely scratching that where like I'll bang my head against a puzzle for 5 minutes and then I'll put it away, walk away, come back later, and just immediately, now that my head is cleared, I look at it in a different light and put it all together and make it work.
Mm.
So yeah, that's cool. I'll probably go through and try and get everyone, get it there, because you can do puzzles. You can do always minimum number of steps. You'll get like a little gold thing tagged next to that level. So I'll probably try and do that. Doing pretty well on that so far.
All right, cool. We'll loop back around to No Man's Sky. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll
I think I don't know where it will land in Game of the Year, but like Lara Croft Go was one of my Game of the Years with you guys last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it was on my top 10 list. So
yeah, this game seems super cool. I have Lara Croft Go and I have Hitman Go. I've not played them. I just rarely ever play anything but Notice Me Senpai on my phone. I mean, let me be.
Because you're fucking garbage.
I think I've found something that genuinely makes me happy, and other people just don't get that, and I understand.
And that's fine, but you just have to accept that you're fucking garbage.
You see, here's the thing, Alex.
Okay.
You're not garbage for playing Notice Me Senpai.
Okay.
You're garbage for playing only Notice Me Senpai.
I played a little bit of Pokemon Go.
And some Miitomo, as I recall.
Yeah, I played a lot of Miitomo.
Are those still video games? Are those still things that people play?
I'm not playing Pokemon Go anymore.
I saw some.
I'm done with that too.
I saw some things about Miitomo recently that I was very Very surprised that anyone was still playing that. But, you know, it's a cool thing. Like the quality of it hasn't changed at all. It's just like I had my tryst with it, and that was it.
Yep.
Barrett Courtney throwing the ball to your court. Hey, it's me, Barrett the fucking Courtney.
Yeah,
outside of No Man's Sky, which again, these are kind of I think that and Titanfall are going to be kind of our big focal discussions. What have you been playing?
So, for the one thing I'll say about Titanfall 2 tech demo, haven't touched it, but I do plan on fucking around with it tonight.
All right.
Because I'm a little drunk and I want to fuck around with things, so I'm just
Just
gonna
want to shoot some shit.
I just want to get fecked.
Listen,
So-
if you just want to get fecked, I think I've got the game for you. Notice me, senpai.
You're talking to two of the reigning experts on getting fecked.
Yeah, getting fecked is a biological component of my very DNA.
Yeah.
So, if you want to play Titanfall 2 with me later, after this is done at 6 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time, let me know.
Yeah.
What else have you been playing?
I guess the one thing besides No Man's Sky is I've gone back into Fallout 4, the immersive world of Fallout 4, because I really dig that game, and so there's a lot of
2015.
Yeah, BZG Game of the Year 2015, and it wouldn't have been if I played Undertale in time, but you know, it was a thing. But Fallout 4 is pretty dope. I'm getting more into the town building and whatnot because I'm sort of understanding it a little more. I was actually able to beat the quest Sanctuary, where you have to like do all the planting and stuff. But when you got to planting the crops, the first time I played through, I was like, I don't fucking know how to do this. So they're not telling me how to do this, and I finally figured it out and was able to harvest enough crops. So I was finally able to like check that quest off of my checklist, and it felt so good.
Finally, you felt alive for the first time.
I did feel alive for the first and last time ever in my life.
I can live with that.
But yeah, Fallout 4, I'm digging it. I'm sort of adventuring more off of the main quest because, as some of you may know, I really like sort of story in video games. And Fallout 4, I definitely was almost solely doing the main quest, but sort of learning that there's more story in that world itself that isn't the main quest, and I'm sort of digging that the second time around. And I also am getting back into it mainly because I want to get into Far Harbor, but I felt like I should play it again, like the main quest, before I get into Far Harbor. And then Nuka World comes out soon, so I want to check that out when it comes out. So back into Fallout 4, and then another game I'm planning on playing, and I didn't expect to play it, but a friend of mine was like, "Yo, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, Game of the Year watch." I was like, "Fuck, all right." And then so I turned in No Man's Sky, which is sort of a hint of my thoughts toward No Man's Sky. I turned in No Man's Sky and fucking Lego Avengers or some shit. Put that towards Deus Ex. Excited to pick that up on Tuesday. That's really all I've been doing. I've been way too busy to consistently play more games, and I'm bummed out about that. But you know, that's my life.
It happens. You're making moves. You're making plays.
I'm making moves like this
Yeah.
and like this. And I'm dancing.
There's some dancing happening.
Blowing up the dance floor, man.
Yeah. Throw
Did
money.
you ever
at-
play Human Revolutions?
I played. That's a great question, Abishan. I fucking love you. You think of the good questions. I did play Human Revolution for a little bit, but the exposure I had to it was on PC, and a game has to be really blow me away for me to deal with PC controls. Example: Undertale. So I played it a little bit on PC, and I was like, "Fuck, this game is not good enough for me to like." Keep doing this keyboard bullshit. So I played a little bit. I played like an hour of it, and I thought it was like okay. It didn't blow me away, but people were saying that Mankind
Divided. You're correct.
Mankind Divided is really dope, and that I don't really need to know what happened in the last one to pick this one up. So I'm excited. So
I'm very excited for Deus Ex.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. I totally forgot it was coming out. So
Yeah, that's actually been on my radar for a couple of weeks. I was talking to Trevor about it earlier. It clicked in me about 3 weeks ago. I'm like, man, actually, I'm really looking forward to seeing how that game turns out, and I think I'm gonna probably get it and just try and get a good idea, get a good grip on it. Much like Dishonored, that was a game where I'm like, this has potential, and the sequel of this game I think will be really, really cool, even cooler than this is.
I will get back.
DSX was supposed to be out like 6 months ago.
Yeah, but it's not all perfect.
I will say this isn't something I've been playing recently, but I guess since the last time I've been on, I started playing Dishonored. A little bit of Dishonored.
Did you finish Dishonored?
I haven't finished Dishonored, but I've gotten through. I think I'm about like the halfway point right now.
Okay.
The last time that I played it, but I sort of just wanted to do a checkup because I feel like you were one of the people who kept telling me like play Dishonored, play Dishonored.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
I won't tell you. I'll just think you're garbage for not doing it.
Exactly. Scott's one of those people. I'm the kind of person like, hey, I think you would like this.
Right, and then when I meet you and you haven't played Dishonored, I just you're garbage.
You're garbage. You're a garbage.
Forgive me
Oh.
Forgive me for not finishing it, but I forget. There's another game that came out around that same time that I started playing, and I was like, "Fuck, there's just too much shit going on." But I got
Probably
through like
Uncharted,
halfway through.
I
think it was Uncharted.
Or what? What did you say?
Was it Skyrim?
Skyrim or no, like this last year when I picked up.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Another game that came out. No, don't apologize. Don't ever apologize for being the fantastic fucking person that you are. But I played through halfway. I think the story is very whatever. I think the universe is very whatever. But the gameplay and the loop and like the different ways that you can sort of take on different areas and situations and the amount of different things that you can do is really, really fucking cool. And it's something I actually loved about Assassin's Creed Unity. Not many people love that game, but that was something that was like a new idea for me when I played Unity for the first time. And so going back to a game that came out before Unity that did it way better, I was like really impressed and really blown away by it. So it made me super excited for Dishonored 2. I've told myself, though, that I'm not allowed to pick up Dishonored 2 until I beat Dishonored. So my goal is to try to beat Dishonored by... When does that game come out?
November 11th or something sometime around there.
It's like early November.
It's the Fallout slot for this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I wanna try to beat Dishonored before that one comes out because I do really like the gameplay mechanics, even though the world itself doesn't really intrigue me that much. So
that's disappointing. I mean, I'm glad that you like it. I love the set dressing of that game. I think the world aspect of that is actually one of my favorite parts of that.
I think the design of it is cool. I just think the way that they're like the aesthetic to it, right, is really cool. But I think the way they're sort of revealing all of these things, it just I don't know. I wasn't going into this game thinking like because a lot of people were saying like, oh, if you like BioShock, you'll love this game, and I was trying not to go into that like mindset of like this is going to be like another BioShock experience for me. Like I was definitely not trying to think that, but every time I was just like, wow, BioShock really, revealed this better and sort of, was able to show its world off better. Not trying to include story or gameplay aspects, but just like sort of the way it can show off its world. I think, it did that a little better. So every time like Dishonored tried to reveal a new aspect, I was like, oh wow, like that. I don't know. It doesn't seem impressive to me, but I still really dig it though.
That's a fair argument. Hey, buddy, your mic's going all crazy. By the way.
Fuck. All right. Give me a second.
I started to say on the like past guest update. You guys talked me into Stardew Valley.
That's right.
After my last time on here, Scott made the case for it. So I spent 80 hours playing through that game over the course of the following month.
Been backwards compatible for about a month now, and where the fuck are you, Alex? Remember like 2 weeks ago when I was like, you should probably play this game? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna download this game today.
And listen, and
where the fuck are you, Alex?
I wanted to, and I took that time instead of getting into something new. I finished a whole bunch of things that I had been playing, and I made the right call. Okay,
What happened again?
I finished Persona 4. Hey, I finished Quantum Break. I finished Ratchet and Clank. A bunch of
Ratchet
things.
And Clank is so
okay,
good.
listen.
Ratchet and Clank is so
you
good.
finished Persona 4.
I know, but I had started that before Stardew Valley was out, okay? What do you want from me?
Get the fuck out of here.
That game's real good. Barrett, do you have to...
Is my mic better?
Yeah, it is.
You're good, man.
Start the recording again?
Material before old
No,
man
the
ass
recording...
shit, man.
The recording is always fine. It's
Okay.
it's only Google Hangouts that does it. So I just reset my mic on Google Hangouts and then it's all good.
Okay.
And if it's not, then you can just fucking murder me. But I'm looking at the wavelengths right now.
Yeah.
And I'm fine. So
I'm putting my trust in you, and I do trust you implicitly. So,
dude, I don't trust myself. Don't trust me. But I will say, I just want to take an sidebar here. Ratchet and Clank, so fucking good.
so good.
Yeah.
It was great.
I actually, a lot of people are saying right now that, and I'm really happy. Sorry, I'm just gonna go on a tangent for a minute here.
We're taking a
That,
journey.
like,
Let's
Doom is going to be game of the year. A lot of people are saying that because I saw like Danny O'Dwyer tweeted out. He was like, looks back at like the earlier part of the year, looks at the rest of this year. Guys, Doom might be game of the year, and a lot of people are sort of saying that right now. I'm actually really happy for that because
I don't necessarily disagree. I'm happy to hear that as well.
I was on your brother podcast, Monthly Passions, and Jarrett had me on to talk about Doom, and we were talking about how we hope Doom gets recognized by this time of the year, and it seems like it is being recognized. So I love that. But I think Ratchet and Clank is on my game of the year watch right now. So
Sure.
Fuck y'all. Yeah.
The thing is, 2016, great year for diversity as far as like genres of video games that are good, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
2015, great year for like
Open
AAA and open world games, but like between and like you get your gems in there. Stardew Valley, or not Stardew Valley, Undertale is what I meant to say.
Yeah, Stardew Valley's this year, bro.
Yeah, this year you get something like Stardew Valley, right? From the spectrum of Stardew Valley, one man game, one man thing, to like Fire Emblem, like a really great Fire Emblem game, to like XCOM 2, like this weird like super tactics kind of thing. Then we got Civ 6 coming. A 4X game, right?
We got
Doom.
that first-person shooter Doom, and then we got that Dark Souls 3.
You got Dark Souls 3. You're jumping all over the place over here.
Like even in the end of this year, it's you have like you'll have first-person shooters. Have three of them: Titanfall, Battlefield, and Call of Duty. But they're all so diverse.
Yeah, they're very different. Yeah,
Call of Duty with its co-op and Battlefield being an old game, more or less.
Yeah, and Titanfall 2 being another Titanfall, which is still kind of in its own spectrum, even though it's very similar. It's closest in allegory to Call of Duty. Gears of War 4, you get your third-person cover-based shooter.
Final Fantasy might come out. Who knows?
Final Fantasy might come out.
And that's not going to be on anybody's game of the year watch. I'll tell you that right now.
Which is JRPG. If you're into that sort of thing, like me, it's again like a wide swath of different kinds of video games. And included in that swath is indie all the way to AAA, I think. So it's been a pretty good year.
My prediction, my last prediction, is since we're talking about like diversity of games.
Since Barrett's just doing Barrett Courtney's prediction corner over here, what's going on, huh?
We've just stumbled into talking shit.
We're in talking
Mafia 3,
shit.
Mafia 3, game of the year.
They missed out on last week's show, but
That's not even an honorable mention on our list.
I mean, Mafia 3 is that's your kind of game, Barrett. You take that and ship that. I'm still a Final Fantasy 15 half believer.
Alex, no. There's no point. See, at least someone agrees with me here that there's.
Listen.
Are you talking about quality or as in
I'm waiting.
No more new. The whole time. No, that game's probably in trouble, but I still want to believe that it's good. Anyway,
Okay.
let's
believe that.
Let's stay on track. Let's roll back into
I
it.
mean,
No
come on,
worries.
they even made a movie.
They made a movie. That's apparently bad.
With Aaron Paul, if it has Aaron Paul in it, it's got to be good.
It's got to be good. It's got to be good.
yeah, Need for Speed, right? Right,
Yeah.
Need for Speed.
Breaking Bad, Kingslave, Need for Speed, the fucking trifecta of anything you need to watch ever.
Is like
One of these
BoJack
things
Horseman
is
in
not
there at
like
all?
the other. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's
Oh
a whole-
fuck yeah, BoJack Horseman's awesome. I just started watching that recently, and that fucking show is awesome.
That video
Maybe
game
if
is
I
also really good.
I'm drunk.
You're shit faced.
I've only had 2 beers.
Danny Juarez just tweeted at me saying hashtag I believe in FFXV. So
You know what? There's a saying as old as time. Fuck Danny.
Noted.
Nabishin, what you been playing?
Uh, Stuff. Games.
Cool. Video games?
Yeah. Uno came out on Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah.
I got that.
I heard
Uno.
from Frank Bozzani that it was somewhat disappointing.
I mean, it's fucking Uno. I don't know what you expect from it. There's no dumb avatar shit in this time, so like, that's something. Like probably like the biggest complaint people have is just like you can't do like the random camera shit. Like for people who are into that, so you can't just show your dick to everybody on the internet if you wanted to.
Man.
You can with your friends.
Darn.
Yeah, that's about 50% of this podcast right now. So,
But you know, it's Uno. It's fine.
Like Uno, the card game.
yeah, Uno the card game. Yeah.
Why?
The complaints.
No, Scott. One more time for me.
The complaints that people are having with this are completely unreasonable for it being Uno,
I mean, listen.
the card game.
So there was a video game version of Uno on Xbox 360 that was quite good, and you could show your dick to random people. And
Like my kind of game right there.
listen,
The dream.
people.
We call that the dream, Alex.
Yeah, we call that the dream. People
Or
want
La Drema. or
La
whatever that
Dreama.
is. Danny Juarez, help. What is the dream in Spanish?
That's racist.
That's fine.
It's fine. We know our audience. I don't know. Like, to be fair, having a version of Uno where you can just show your dick to people, whether in real life or in video game form, makes it more interesting. This is just my
You mean illegal?
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
And
Huh?
gives a new meaning to wild card, I guess.
Okay. What
No,
else?
it's not.
What else,
Yeah.
Nabishin? Since Uno is still Uno.
Yeah, like, you know, something to play with my friends. So
Yeah.
I'll probably do that this weekend. That'll be fun. More Resident Evil 5. That game's so great.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Have you ever
Yeah,
played
I'm
No.
one of. Oh.
that? Oh.
Yeah, like I'm one of those Resident Evil 5 not apologists.
Yeah,
but,
don't
like,
say apologist because that game's good.
Defender. You're a
Defender.
Yeah, I will say Defender. Like, yeah, I think that game's great. That game's still really good. Yeah, like it's more of that. Like I'll probably platinum it again. I'm having a great time with it. I'm waiting till like I 100% like the regular story will probably do like my favorite part where you do the DLC where you play as Jill because I love playing as Jill. Jill is like just awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's that game. I guess I'll get into this. Like for the past like 4 weeks now, I guess. I went back to Persona 4 for whatever reason.
Yeah. You
oh no!
touched
I
on
had
this
a
a little
reason.
bit.
Yeah, like work's been bumming me out like a lot lately. So like it was just like something like I need something to like just make me just like feel good and just like feel happy. And then like I remembered like, hey, I still haven't platinum Persona 4, so I was like, I'll get going back to this. Like it'll probably be like what I always do, just play like a second of it and like just don't go back to it again, or just forget about it like I always do. But like it just absorbed me in like when I played it for the first time. It just like made me feel really good to play that game again. Yeah, just like after being somewhere so negative for me and just like going to something so positive when I get home, that just brings home like a light towards me. Like, cause like you know, like my nephew always here to say hi to me, so that's always makes me feel good. But it's like in between those times, I was like I need something. So yeah, that really put a good place for me, and I'm basically at the end of the game now. Well, like I actually I just do like the last 2 dungeons and that's it actually. So
Yeah.
I am at the end of the game.
Yeah. So you're in January, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an anecdote I'd like to share with you now, but I'm curious to get your opinion on this. So my friend Ian, I don't know his last name. He's on a podcast, the Overwatch podcast that Alex Van Aken is also a part of. He's been playing through Persona 4 Golden for the first time ever, and he tweeted at me saying that he got the neutral / bad ending, as how he phrased it, and he feels kind of disappointed. And he said his follow up to that was, I played 60 plus hours to this game and it just felt like more journey than destination. How do you feel about that?
You mean like the ending where you make the choices in the hospital?
No. So I think he had run into that, but he had gone through to March, and then he didn't. He did go home on the final day.
Oh, well, I did that my first time I played.
Mm-hmm.
And no, like everything. Like it's his opinion, so like more power to him as far as that. But like yeah, well, I felt fulfilled when I beat the game the first time, and like there was like, cause like I was still saying bye to my friends at the end of the game, so like and that still impacted me a lot. So like I still feel that ending is great, even if you don't get like the super special ending, the super happy make it do ending at the end. And that warranted another playthrough for me, like immediately, like when I found out like that wasn't the actual ending, and it's like, oh fuck, when I actually like replayed that whole entire game all over again.
Yeah.
And like beat it again like another 2 weeks. So like yeah, like I mean like yeah, I feel that game is every moment of it personally it feels really good, and like and you say he was more about the journey than the destination, he said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said the game is more journey than destination. Not to be confused with the video game journey.
Yeah, yes. And like I guess I can understand that. Mm-hmm. Like you like some people could say that for Mass Effect.
Yeah.
But like like for me personally, I feel like it's a whole entire encompassing thing. And I think Persona 4 is just great from beginning to end.
Now, I did follow up with him in direct message so as to avoid spoilers out on the internet, and it seems like he had qualified for everything to get the epilogue ending, but he went home on the last day. He had a save file. I'm like, you can reload that save file and go back and just go through and see the kind of the last bit of that game. He's like, cool, I know what to do. I'm going to do that. I'll give it a little bit of time before I go back to it, but it's good to know. He had done the whole Marie stuff and all that, so he is equipped to go back, and he was happy to hear that he didn't have to play through the whole game to get that again. And the way I interpreted it, and this is what I told him, my stance was that, again, it was still kind of in the earlier days. This is a 2008 game, right? It was in the earlier days of multiple endings and truer upon truer endings, I guess. So they were still a little bit ahead of their time. My thing is, if the ending feels abrupt, that should be grounds enough for you to ask questions, ask if there is more, and if there is more, dig deeper and try and find that. I think that's the kind of subtle idea that they're trying to give you if it feels like that ending is abrupt, to ask questions and feel like, did I miss something? Because like that's, without asking yourself that, you wouldn't figure out what you have to do on that last day. So I think that's part of it. But yeah, I just wanted to share that perspective with you because I thought you'd think it was interesting. Yeah, I definitely see where he's coming from, but I like you kind of I'm pretty happy with the neutral ending as well as the true ending.
I mean, like, yeah, you still say goodbye to everybody who mattered to you, so like it's still
important. Yeah,
I feel it's still good.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you've been playing?
I played a little bit more Doom. I haven't really played enough to really talk about it. I still really like that game, but like I just been distracted by other stuff to really chomp into it the way I want to. But like playing Doom again, I was like, man, this feels so good, and like it just made me remember like how much I like Wolfenstein. So I went back to Wolfenstein and played that a little bit again too. And yeah, that game still feels good as well. I only played for like maybe like 20 minutes and stuff like that, but like just to feel like is this like a Bethesda thing? Like, cause like I'm really enjoying this. Like it's kind of like how I like only Ubisoft first person shooters. I don't really like their third person for some reason. It just doesn't feel right to me. But like with Bethesda's first person shooters, they feel like really good mechanically, and like I just enjoy them, the feel of them like a lot, and especially how they're story driven, like with Doom and Wolfenstein. So like that really like keeps me interested into them. So yeah, like thumbs up for both those games.
Yeah, agreed.
I bought Uncharted: A Thief's End. I finally got around to buying it because I had to have Redbox for like the longest time.
Right.
And there's like a lot of chatter going back on Uncharted again, like how much is sitting with people like Michael Huber did a Huber syndrome on them, and like I was like, oh yeah, like it made me remember how much I liked that game. So like I popped in it like for a few more minutes and like played like the beginning part again, and just like yeah, I really enjoyed this game. So probably after I beat Persona again, I'll give that a full playthrough again, just to like have that and see how much it sits with me and see how much I still like it. It's still on the higher mark of my game of the year. Probably still Rhythm Heaven is my overall game of the year still. This year hasn't really been too hot for me so far. So like yeah. So I feel like Rhythm Heaven is still probably my game of the year so far.
Okay. It's a good choice for you, especially I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bit more Overwatch. I still like playing that game.
Okay.
There's nothing much really to say about it.
What level are you at?
Like 10, about to go to 11.
All right.
Damn.
Dude, I'm level 22.
Hell yeah.
You don't want
Unranked bros.
Unranked bros for life.
Alex,
Yeah.
aren't you like 80?
I'm like 76, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony, you're what? Did you hit 100 yet?
102.
Nice. We have a
I've
problem.
never even cracked 10.
Hell yeah. Let's play, Trevor. Come on.
Yeah, I
do
have a
it. You and
star
me.
next to my name now.
We're getting back into it. Trevor, Starkey, and I are going to take over Overwatch. Top 500, I'm telling you.
Getting
right
back
Pretty sure
into
that's-
it.
No, I'm just, yeah, I know. I still play it every day.
But yeah, I just like playing the match like every once in a while. Like I only played with like Mark like once, and that was fun. But like like that's the only time I ever played with like co-op with other people. So like I don't know. I still like that game a lot. It's still fun.
Come play with all of us on the P4.
I mean, I can. I was gonna double dip. I'm still thinking about doing it, but it doesn't matter when I don't get
What do
around
you have it on?
Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Scott.
Shit.
God.
I mean, we got Jason to play with us. We can get you to play with us. We'll make it happen. Get a full crew together. I haven't actually sat down and played with a bunch of people in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played with Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if I wanted to play with people, I could get Jeff or I could get Joe on, and I don't know. I don't play with people, so.
Yeah, fair enough. Anything else? I think.
Like the only other big thing I want to talk about is like I got 999 for the DS. Just something that's just a curiosity thing. I just bought that because like it's one of those things like a Danganronpa or a Persona. That's something that that I caught the zeitgeist of people, and like the Zero Dilemma just came out. Zero Time Dilemma just came out, and like that was the talk of town for a while, and like it was just one of those things that like I was wondering if I could get into it, like like Danganronpa or Persona, like
yeah,
because it's like one of those visual novels that like people are like super into. The people who are into it are really into it, and now like I was like, man, maybe I should give this a shot. I only played like the first prologue of it so far, and it seems fine so far. Like it's a little too because like there's no voices in it, so like that's completely reading, which I'm fine with. But like the hint system is like a little too frequent, and there's no like no fast forward feature that I could think of that's in 999. So like
yeah, the fast forward feature comes later in the later games apparently.
Okay, yeah. So like that's a little annoying, just like repeating the same thing over and over again when I'm not getting a puzzle right. But like cause I got the DS version, I didn't get the phone version because I wanted I guess the pure experience, whatever. But like like I'm enjoying it so far. Like I can see how the writing is very like similar to like something like a Danganronpa, as far as like these situations with these characters and like how they get out this desperate situation. So like that really interests me. So like I'll let you know how I feel about it.
Yeah, let me know, because I think if you end up really getting into it, it definitely indicates that I'll be able to get into it.
Mm-hmm. And that's about everything.
Cool. Where are we at? Hour 13. Let's take a break.
Okay.
When we come back, we've got a couple of big discussions to talk about Titanfall and No Man's Skis. and Tony and Scott's games, as well as my own games, my own games. And Barrett, have a glass of water. God damn it, sober up. You're a disaster over there. I'm just kidding, Barry. You're beautiful.
Beautiful disaster.
A beautiful, goddamn beautiful disaster. He's just licking that Coke bottle. We will be back in just a little bit.
Choo choo choo.
Disperse. Barrett, what's your timestamp at?
I'll be back.
I can't hear you. He's like, that's not good. Feel free to go get a drink or whatever you need to do. Don't die in a monsoon, Trevor.
For video viewers, there's a monsoon rolling through right outside my apartment. Hopefully I don't die and the power doesn't go out.
Try switching your hangout mic and then you're back on, Barrett. Sorry, Trevor. Continue.
No problem. It's the weird thing in that like rain and like thunderstorms never knock out the power here in Phoenix. It's wind. Like
oh, good.
Just occasionally we'll get a huge like windstorm and just power gets shut out.
Yeah.
So yay, but I should be fine.
Okay. Fair enough.
But if I suddenly disappear, I'll text you and let you know.
Okay. That's all I need. Audio cut out at 108. Okay, that's fine.
Unfortunately, you'll probably also pick some of it up on the mic.
That's all right.
Wind.
I've got them audio skills.
I know you do. That's why I'm not overly worried about it. But I just wanted to give you the heads up.
Your belief in me makes me feel all special on the inside.
Well, don't. I'm at 115.28, by the way.
Yeah, I'm at the same. So, Barrett, you can. I'm gonna go get a glass of water, and I trust that you'll save your recording, and then we'll figure this out when we get back.
I love you, Danny Juarez. Sorry, I'm super racist, but I own it at least. I'm racist. I'm not a bigot. There's no hate involved in my racism. It's just based on perceptions. And knowing that you're Mexican and probably knew Spanish for dream. El sueño. Thank you.
Everybody's dead. Except for Scott. Scott's here.
I'm here.
So, Scott, I've been living for like a week with no keyboard. It's weird.
Oh, what happened?
So I was playing, I think it was Overwatch with a bunch of people about a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody tweeted at me. So I moved my hand from my controller, which was on my lap, up towards my keyboard, which was straight in front of me. In the process, knocking a glass of water into my keyboard. Which that's the first time that's ever happened to me, like spilling water on an electronic. But I dried it out. Obviously, I unplugged it, dried it out, but it messed a couple of the contacts up. So like the left side of the keyboard doesn't work. Like the control button was originally held down forever, but I disabled that in like the driver software, and it worked a little bit, but it doesn't work really at all after that. So I bought a new keyboard, but it just hasn't come yet. So
Right.
I will show you the keyboard because I think it's a pretty good one.
So for video viewers, I'm going to go ahead and join Barrett's little party.
Yeah.
Some rum and coke. I don't have anything else I need to do tonight.
This one. It's weird, Scott. I bought a gaming peripheral that isn't Razer.
Ooh.
He's apparently restarting his computer, so.
I put it in the chat.
Corsair rapid fire mechanical gaming keyboard.
You weren't here for the story, Alex, but I had to buy a new keyboard, so that's the one that I bought.
Why'd you have to buy a new keyboard?
Because I went to respond to a tweet from who was it? Who tweeted?
It's fucking Danny Juarez, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. Hold on, I had to remember who it was.
All right, Alex, you were away. I got myself a nice heaping helping in my kind of funny thermos and Coke, so this should be pretty fun.
Oh, it was Kaylee.
Oh, okay. This was something important.
Yeah, I went to respond to a tweet, and I knocked a glass of water all over my keyboard. So I had to buy a new one. I broke my keyboard in Auberson.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, why? Yeah, but why? How?
Okay, I'll explain it again. So Kaylee tweeted something, and I was going to respond to her while I was playing the Overwatch with Danny and company. I think Sean, Danny, and a couple other people. It wasn't me, but we were playing Overwatch when it happened. That's what Danny Juarez just tweeted. And I knocked a glass of water all over the keyboard in the process of moving my hand from the controller to keyboard.
The amount of
tomorrow or next week.
The amount of subtweeting going on during this podcast is absurd.
Yeah, it is.
My favorite is probably the Danny Juarez tweeting back at you, Trevor, or whatever that thing was in Spanish.
El Sueño.
El Sueño, you racist. Hashtag fuck Trevor. Up until about yesterday, I had no idea why the kind of funny guys were going to Denver. I'm like, oh, the fucking Funyuns won that goddamn PlayStation Road thing. That's cool.
The road to greatness.
The road to greatness. I'm actually gonna go make myself a rum and Coke. Hopefully, we have rum that isn't the Port Royal sitting on top of the refrigerator.
I got Bacardi Oak Heart here, which is like a holdover from the party that we had in our hotel room at Kind of Funny Live too.
Nice.
When I gave all of the kids money to go buy booze because I needed them to get out of the room so I could actually do my writing that night.
Oh yeah.
I needed to focus. Nabashin remembers.
Oh yeah.
That was a mess. And then we watched Unfriended the second goddamn time.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, Frank. Relevant jokes.
Good times.
So what do you think, Scott? Should I get Overwatch on PC? Okay, I guess not.
The way that game runs on PC makes me want it, but
yeah. I think I might. I don't know. I'm happy with the fact that I can play on PS4, and I've gotten to a point after 102 levels of playing that game where I think I'm pretty proficient at playing FPS, even after not having played one on the console since Call of Duty 2. And I'm happy that I don't have to deal with like frame drops or anything like that, which I probably would have to on my laptop, so I might not worry about it. Maybe I'll just play World of Warcraft instead, right, Alex? Hey, right, Alex?
Exactly. That's what I've been saying this whole time. I'm glad you and I finally agree about things,
Yep,
Tony.
so I'll pick a Demon Hunter next week, and
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I was going to ask about it.
I was saying, should I do that or just buy Overwatch again?
I think you should get WoW. You get bang for your buck.
But the problem is that's going to come out, and then 2 weeks later, Destiny's going to come out.
Yeah.
And I already have been playing that.
I'm just going to wait.
Man, have you popped Destiny in it at all?
No.
You should, and recognize how different it is after playing so much Overwatch that you're playing a slower game at 30 FPS.
It's true. I mean,
that's going to be rough, yeah.
Hey Barrett, we're in break still, Barrett, so you can talk.
Okay, cool.
No worries. I
didn't
appreciate
know.
it's smart of you to mention something first.
Oh, I totally wouldn't have done that. I would have just been like, "Hey, fuck it, I'm back, guys."
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
Everything crashing sobered me up, so now I'm just sober and mad.
Well, that's no fun because now I'm drinking.
Well, now I'm drinking rum and Coke now. Yeah, Trevor got me on it. So.
So you can hear me now, though?
Oh yeah, you sound beautiful.
So I think what happened is that Audacity crashed, and then that just caused my mic to stop working because I unplugged it and plugged it back in, used a different USB outlet. Nothing was working, so I just had to restart my computer. So
yeah, it's super odd. I'm sorry that
but
happened.
I listened to the first audio, or let me just check one more time. Let me open before we count me back in. Let me open this file real quick.
No worries.
And,
I knew I was strapping in for a bit of a longer recording session. Tonight,
Yeah, this will be a longie.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No worries. It is no one's fault. We're having a good time, or at least I'd like to hope we are.
Yeah, Amazon likes to remind me every time I open up Amazon.com that I have Persona on pre-order. I'm like, thanks, Amazon. I know.
Thanks. I mean, I'm excited too, but you don't have to tell me about it every fucking second.
Time, right?
Oh, we got a couple of comments. Nikki Powell, why the live chat is not working. Joey Noel, a heart. And then Tourismatic Speed said, dude. Don't know who that is.
He said,
Jerks about a speed saying, buy new porn girls on the Russian website.
No, you want to know what
Probably, dude, I was being racist, so I'm sorry to whatever name that was.
You want to know what Tourismatic Speed's brief description on Google Plus is?
Porn site Russian girls.
Better. Hashtag mom, comma, hashtag full, space of space love, Houston, Texas.
Check 1 2, checking 1 2. All right, my mic seems to be all perfect now. Yeah, the audio, the file itself cuts off at 1 hour and 8 minutes.
It's fine.
It seems nothing. Like my mic might have gone off quiet a minute before that, though. So just to give
you were kind of in a silent space, and then we went right to break at 1:13. So you're fine.
All right, cool.
You ready?
Yeah,
to start?
sorry about that.
It's
it's my life.
It happens.
That's why I don't do things over the internet.
Happens to us as well.
Prime example, Talking Shit, episode 108, starring Stoked Danny, Fecked Alex, and Raj Former.
Roger's just Raj Former. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's a nice, bright young kid who's going to move here in a year, and I'm excited for that.
Are you ready to start recording?
Yes. Count me down.
All right. On 1, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
Everything seems to be fucking cool.
Everybody back? Everybody ready to go to whatever situation we're about to hit?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, who are we on right now? We're
in games still. Scott, Tony, and myself.
Scott never left.
Okay.
Scott, are you here?
I'm still here.
Okay. Hey, welcome back.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You welcome back. Tony.
Hi.
Video games.
I played video games.
Sure. What'd you play?
So it's actually been a couple weeks since I've been on.
Yes.
So I will sum up the entire past 3 weeks of me playing games in one game.
Okay.
A lot of Overwatch.
Cool.
Because since the last time I was on, the ranked season ended.
Yes.
A bunch of other stuff happened. So basically what that meant was just me and Sean Pitts playing hella Overwatch every day for like a week and a half.
Climbing those ladders.
Yeah, so we both ended up in the between 60 and 65 bracket, which puts us, I think, in like the top 10%. So that's pretty good.
That's really good.
Other than that, I've been playing tons of Overwatch, and then earlier yesterday crossed the barrier between 100 and basically first prestige. They call it promotions, but so now I have a little star next to my name, and I leveled up from 1 to 2 in the space of the same game that I leveled up from 100 to the next level. So
nice.
Yeah, you get like an experience bonus, plus you go back to the first experience that you got when you first started playing. So it only takes like 1,500 experience to get from 1 to 2. So gonna rake in those loot boxes for a short period of time.
Get about 20 loot boxes real quick, and then it's just back to the grind.
The goal was to get that to happen before the Summer Games thing ended.
Yeah. Is that over yet?
It's not yet. It is in a couple days, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 22nd.
Tony, can you speak to this whole skin thing and not being able to buy skins?
You mean the Summer Games ones where you can get them out of loot boxes for the Summer Games, but you can't buy them with like overcoins?
Yeah,
Overcoins.
so I've been hanging out with Sean Pitts, and we went to fucking GameStop a couple days ago to buy. He went to go buy like a bunch of like PSN credit, whatever.
Sure.
Spent a bunch of money and still did not get like this one skin he
Oh,
wanted.
yeah, he wanted the British Tracer skin.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw that tweet as well.
I'm have
okay
you felt
with
any frustration with that? No. Okay.
No, like, at the end of the day, it's all cosmetic. So like, it sucks that the only possible way that you can get it is to get it kind of randomly out of a box. But then again, it's gonna come back again next year, and everybody's got skins at this point anyway. So I don't think it's a big problem. I think that if you could buy them like you can with all the other stuff that they put out, even like the new emotes, there is a legendary emote in the game now, by the way, which is hilarious.
Yeah, what is it?
It's the diva sitting emote where her mech kind of like crouches down and she's in both of like on both arms inside the mech there's like Doritos and a Mountain Dew, and a screen pops up in front of her. It looks like her live stream and she's just playing like an asteroids game.
That's awesome.
And every once in a while she'll like grab a handful of chips and take a drink. It's really funny.
That's so good.
But yeah, they added a bunch of emotes, and I think that was 2 days ago with the patch.
Yes.
But I'm okay with it, to be honest. It just doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It doesn't bother me that much. I think there would be like a way when like the summer games end to just put them up for sale afterwards, but it is all cosmetic stuff. Although I do like my skins in that game.
Yeah.
Don't take that out of context.
I did get that sweet Genji skin. I always try and get the Genji skins as soon as they come out so that I can rub it in Danny's face.
It's true.
Like, hey, Danny, check out this sweet skin, bro.
Yeah, and like also let me use my ult efficiently.
Yeah.
That'd be nice if you did that. Huh?
Exactly. Please put out more than one person with Dragon Blade.
Yeah, right.
We're fucking awful people. Just shitting on this poor person named Danny Juarez. What a...
He's been on the show before, so he's fair game.
Yeah, he's been on this show twice.
He's an established character in the Irrational Passion cinematic universe.
Exactly. There really is like a podcasting cinematic universe that we are a part of for sure. For video viewers, or for audio viewers, I should say, Barrett is just like using his tongue to like go into a beer bottle. Like
I don't know why.
He's just having a good time.
I'm gonna try to get drunk again.
Cool. Outside of Overwatch, which dominates the majority of your time, Tony.
It does. The
what have you
majority of
been
my
playing?
time that I spend at home not sleeping.
Yeah. Sleep is for the weak. Why would anyone ever do that?
Who knows, man. I popped back in Destiny. I wanted to kind of touch base with Destiny, see if there's anything that I wanted to get done before the expansion comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to at least get my legendary marks capped, make sure that I had some strange coins, that kind of stuff, get some motes of light ready to go. I've got like 30 exotic shards, so I'm okay there. Watch all that stuff be irrelevant, but hey.
Probably. If there's going to be new currency, something.
You got to get back in there, do some dailies, get your legendary marks.
I got to do my dailies. Come on.
So the next time,
bringing it back.
Right now, Iron Banner's happening, so I grabbed the Iron Banner. Or it was. I don't know if it still is. So I grabbed the Iron Banner bounties, and I did the ones that let you get legendary marks, but I didn't turn them in. And I grabbed I'm going to grab the trials ones and do the ones that give you legendary marks. That way I can spend legendary marks and then just grab get back to the cap real quick so I can spend some more when the expansion does come out.
Yeah, cool.
Other than that,
I'm looking forward to Destiny becoming a character on this podcast once more.
Yeah, I played a little bit of PvP, and man, is it slow.
Yeah.
Danny and Danny texted me, or he might have tweeted at me. He was like, "Hey, who wants to come play some Destiny?" And I was like, "I'll come play Destiny." And then I joined this party and was like, "Hey, we're gonna do the raid." And I was like, "All right." And then one of Danny's friends was like, "Hey guys, let's play Trials." So instead of doing the raid, we played Trials for like 30 minutes. And then after that, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go play Overwatch." So we just didn't do the raid.
Nice.
It was really good.
I wrote a thing about Destiny this week.
Did you?
Yeah, just about how it's weird how not a lot of games are kind of transitory. They come and go. Like things like World of Warcraft for you, Tony,
Sure.
is totally that. Like you play it when there's new stuff to play.
Yeah, last expansion when it came out, I played for a good year.
Yeah, and I think that's cool. Like I think more games should be able to kind of exist perpetually, and you can go back to them. And it, especially like with what I do, of like it always moving on to the next things. Always got to cover whatever's coming next and talk about it and write reviews and write new stuff. It's very infrequent that I have a game that is my jam. Let's say.
Sure.
And Destiny is like because I'm
Except for Persona 4 Gold.
except Persona 4 Golden, which is perpetual and it is love and life. But Destiny right now, I'm prepping up to like dive back in feet first. Is looking to be that for me. I'm excited because like that was such a character on the show. Like I alluded to, it's very much that was like our Overwatch topic. Like every week we have like a good like 30-minute conversation about Destiny.
The
at least.
D chat.
The D chat. And I'm looking forward to that coming back. That being a thing again.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the same capacity, but it'll be different. But I'm excited regardless.
Yeah, I think for we missed a couple expansions from the beginning of Destiny, and then came back for what was it called? Whatever, the Taken King.
Yeah.
And so that was a lot of like, not like first experiences with Destiny, but kind of because they changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they did like the 2.0 update.
Yeah, so there was just a lot to talk about there, which maybe there still will be. It's not like from that trailer that came out about the Rise of Iron. I think that was earlier this week.
Yep.
There's a lot of cool stuff coming to Destiny.
Yeah,
so I'm excited to play it.
In a new segment, so yeah.
I think the raid armor looks fucking legit.
Yeah.
So it's very different than the rest of the armor that's coming out, which is all like medieval, but it looks good. But other than that, I played some No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Let's have that conversation.
Let's, as I uncap my bottle of wine.
But I feel like this show is portraying Barrett as a raging alcoholic, and I want to say that that's absolutely true.
It's very
I lived in his house for a week and can confirm.
All I do is, drink and
Take shots, both at people and of alcohol. Bang bang. That's his home living. Yeah, let's talk about it. I didn't play any No Man's Sky in the last week because I've been very busy. I haven't played a lot of video games.
Yeah,
but Tony did.
Played it. I played it and then I stopped playing it.
And Trevor did, and Barrett did. And I want to play more. So
I think that seems to be our all, like, for all three of us.
you played it and then you stopped.
It was like, I'm like, I wrote my review of it yesterday, and it was very much a like, yes, this is a technical marvel in how big the game is, but it's also a why. Why does this game exist? Why does why does it need to be as big as it is? I crunched the numbers, and if you had like every person in the world, all 7+ billion of us playing the game, in the 18 quintillion planets, that leaves 2.5 billion planets for each person to like discover.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why does it need to be that big? Why focus on that instead of giving more to do in the game?
Mm-hmm.
This is very much kind of where I've landed on it. I got very burnt out last weekend when it crashed on me 10 times over the course of the couple days. Came back to it a little bit throughout the week, but it was very much like, I'm not interested in coming back to the game. There's nothing drawing me back into it. I might go back if, like, when PSVR comes out, I might play it in cinematic mode to, unwind from a long day and just kind of relax and wander a planet, but it's very much there's no personal drive for me to get back into that world.
Okay. I'm curious because, Tony, we haven't heard your perspective, and obviously
Sure.
Barrett seems to be more resoundingly negative.
I'm just negative all the time. It's my life.
As is Barrett's tendency to be, but, hey, I respect that. But I want to know what you think of it, Tony, from beginning to kind of where you are now.
Sure. So I got the game, I think the day before it came out, just so I could preload it. And I started playing. Basically, I had the timer going for the last couple of minutes, and I started playing when the game came out. I had no problems. I haven't had the game crash on me a single time. I had absolutely no issues with the game actually running. It's been fine. But actually playing the game, it was fun for a couple hours. But there are a couple systems in the game that just I don't get a particularly large amount of enjoyment out of, which is like the building like the different small upgrades for your tools and that kind of stuff. So very quickly, and just kind of like general exploration when everything is essentially the same but slightly different in aesthetic is not super exciting for me. I don't mind doing it every once in a while, but it's not something I'm going to do for a very long period of time. So the first couple planets were okay. I'd go and check everything out, see what was new. But when stuff started being the same over and over again, that's kind of where I stopped. The game very quickly changed from being a kind of go to different planets thing to being a how do I min-max this game kind of game.
Okay.
So I stopped going to planets. I stopped doing a lot of things. Basically, all I would ever go down to a planet for was to get the materials so that I could make a warp drive, so I could go to the next system. I stopped following the Atlas path because I wasn't interested in it. So I started going. Basically, I would just follow the path towards the galactic core until I found a space anomaly. Ask it to get me a black hole so I could warp closer to the center of the galaxy. Then I'd go straight there, go through the black hole, then continue on after that in the same pattern over and over again for a while. And then that was the first couple days that it came out, and then I discovered a means of making ridiculous amounts of money with no effort. So I did that for a while to get a really sweet starship.
Hell yeah.
After I bought that starship, I haven't played it since then.
Okay.
So that's my entire experience with No Man's Sky.
Barrett, Courtney, Mr. Facial Expressions over there.
I don't know, does wine go bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I think this wine is bad.
It turns in like vinegar, right?
It's sort of vinegary. This is Moscato, and it's really sour.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna keep drinking it though.
that's probably poisonous.
I don't care. So you were on the episode of Talking Shit where we talked exclusively about No Man's Sky.
Yeah, unintentionally.
Unintentionally, exclusively only about No Man's Sky. A lot of tech problems on that episode, but it's a really great episode. You should check it out. But anyway, we sort of going from then to now. I would say on that episode, I was talking about like how I like it and there are cool ideas, and there is repetition, but it's not spoiling the game for me. That has changed a lot from then to now. I think the repetition is very it gives it's just so dull at this point. And like I said on that podcast, this game is the Boyhood of video games, where the way it was made and the way it was created is way cooler than what the actual product is.
Boyhood being a movie.
Boyhood Boyhood is a movie that was filmed over 10 years, and so many people were amazed by like, oh man, they used the same actors over 10 years. Guess what? Harry Potter did that shit. So I think like the way it was created was definitely way more interesting than what they were trying to make. And yeah, I think in total, I put in a good like 25 hours into the game. At one point, I was doing what Tony was doing, where I wasn't trying to take in everything anymore because it didn't seem worth it anymore. It was sort of just like, okay, I'm going to warp as far as I possibly can, and then whether that be like 2 star systems or just 1 star system or whatever, and then refuel my fucking warp core or whatever, or hyperdrive, and then go to the next star system to try to get to the center as fast as I can. But unfortunately, I know what happens. I know what's in the center of the galaxy already, and at one point I was just like, it's not fucking worth it anymore. So No Man's Sky is cool. I would say pick it up like 5 months from now when apparently it's going to be totally different and probably super cheap, to sort of just check it out and see like what it's about. I think I would not encourage to like stay away from the game. I would say pick it up if you're interested in the way games are created, because I think this is definitely an interesting sort of way that this game was created. But what was I going to say? I was on a.
But maybe not right now.
Yeah, not right now, and also, here we go.
Not at $60.
The not at $60. I'm not as mad about that right now because I've traded in a bunch of games for No Man's Sky, so I didn't pay that much for it actually. So, but I would say like it's a little weird, sort of how they're marketing the game, or not even marketing, but like dealing with the game after it's out. Like Sean Murray tweeted out like, "Hey, we have a patch that's gonna like make a lot of players happy," smiley face, and I think it's a little too late for that because of how many crashes a lot of people have dealt with. Like I know my boy Grimecraft dealt with like a really bad like problem where he lost like 8 hours of gameplay, and he had to start like almost all the way over again. We were talking about that, and I felt like super bad because it's like a lot of people are dealing with shit like that, and at this point, it's I feel like a lot of people are already dropping off before this patch even comes to PS4. So it's just like, why you guys like did this really big patch that changed the game? Why didn't you try to make this patch? Because there have been like a lot of crash issues with a lot of people with PC and PS4. So I don't know. It's just a really weird treatment of the game, and It's okay. It's not bad. I would say that. After about like 10 hours, it's just like, all right, you've seen everything. So,
I mean, there's definitely a sentiment that is coming off of that. I don't disagree. My question, if I can remember it by the time I finish this sentence, is would you recommend like No Man's Sky? Like, who would you recommend No Man's Sky to? The person that was excited about it before all this, kind of the reality of that game went, or someone who likes survival games? Let's just use another comparison.
That's a really great question. I think like the sort of survival aspect, which I think we talked about a little bit on my show. I don't remember.
We did. We touched on it. Yeah.
I think the survival aspect is really cool, and sort of being able to just keep pushing forward and just to try to go whatever path you want to go, whether that's to the center of the galaxy, whether that's the Atlas path, whether you just want to fucking find a black hole, like whatever like you want to do, you just sort of got to keep pushing forward. And I think that is really cool, and I think people like my co-host for Talking Shit, Henry, I think this is a game definitely up his alley because he was super hyped about this game even before the huge disgusting hype came for the game, and he sort of went into it knowing what to expect, but also being really excited for it, and he fucking loves the game right now. So I would recommend this game to people who were excited but like actually watched gameplay and understood like what the gameplay was, and and not people who were excited and didn't even bother to check. They just heard No Man's Sky and they're like, oh, I heard that was supposed to fucking be the end all be all of fucking video games.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's where I'm at. It's like I'd seen gameplay, and I kind of metered my expectations. I was still excited about it, and I still really want to play it. I just personally, the reason I'm not playing is because I'm playing Doom right now. Those are not two games you want to play back to back.
Dude, Doom is so fucking good. Let me tell you.
Doom is great, but it is very fast. It is very much. It's the opposite of the first-person experience that No Man's Sky is. Let's say.
No Man's Sky is like fucking shrooms, where you're just like, whoa, you're like in the theater, like tripping on shrooms, and you're watching fucking
Batman versus Superman.
No, Planet of the Apes, and you're just like, why is James Franco getting older and younger again? And then Doom is like just doing cocaine with like Nick Scarpino or something, and you're just like, fuck, let's go to all the fucking motherfucking clubs tonight.
Eat somebody's face.
Yeah, and eat somebody's face. But I would say No Man's Sky, I think the specific audience for No Man's Sky, not the people who are excited about it before the crazy hype, not the people who like survival. I think No Man's Sky is for the people who have anxiety and need to find a sort of an escape to relax, because that was the thing with me. I have really bad anxiety, and No Man's Sky, Andy Cortez, I have to credit Andy Cortez from Rooster Teeth here. He tweeted it out at Maximum Cortez. He tweeted out that No Man's Sky is the ASMR of video games. And I highly agree with him there, because I partake in the ASMR, and I listen to ASMR to help my anxiety and calm myself down. And No Man's Sky definitely did that, where like I was playing like 8 hours at a time for No Man's Sky, and it wasn't because the gameplay was so fucking revolutionary, I just couldn't get away from it. It was calming, and I felt lost in that. And I think that will, if you're looking for an experience like that, I think No Man's Sky is definitely something you should check out.
Okay. Trevor, follow-up opinion?
I would say that for me, the audience, like the ideal experience of playing this game is in short bursts so that you're not repeating yourself too quickly. That's why I stand by, I think I might hop back into it in VR or something, because I think both of those will be very compatible, where it doesn't play well to a long extended session for me. But as far as the audience goes, I feel like it is absolutely a casual game, and not in like a negative tone, but like this is something that my mom might enjoy. Hopping in, going, and she doesn't play games at all, but she might enjoy hopping in. It's very basic. Like Barrett was talking about the survival stuff. I think the survival, like as somebody who's not even a fan of survival games, I think the survival aspect of this game is so simplistic that it's not a challenge. It doesn't interest me because there's plutonium and thorium everywhere. So it wasn't like I was never in danger of dying from the survival element of the game. Okay. So I think it is something that, like, it's not a game that is designed to challenge you necessarily. It is a game that is designed to fulfill that desire for exploration. But then if that becomes, oh, I'm just going to hop onto a planet, discover this planet, and then leave and go to the next planet, it's like I'm not gonna fly to Kansas and then fly to Missouri and then fly to Nebraska and then fly to Brazil and then fly to Germany and then fly back here just because I can. That's not an interesting like path to take.
Yeah.
So it's, there are some exotic things in there that I might enjoy, but overall it just doesn't have enough to keep me hooked.
Okay.
So yeah, I say it is for the whatever you want to kind of classify as casual gamer. But I think at the $60 price point, like Barrett was talking about, I think that's probably a bit high. This is the kind of game that like somebody would love to play on their iPad, I'm sure. And if it ever gets to that point, given how small the game is in reality, it seems like that would be a more ideal, like, I'm going to play this on the go, and then, go discover a planet, go look at some funny creature things. I did find a dancing, jumping bush pineapple thing that was a creature.
I saw that on Twitter. That was fucking hilarious.
I was like, oh, that's not a plant. That's weird. So I mean, there were still nice little surprises every now and then, but they were far too few and far between for me to like even my mentality of, oh, I want to come back and play this in small doses. Most of this week I was like, I'm gonna play anything but No Man's Sky.
The one argument I will make about like the sort of survival aspect, when you're an idiot like me.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you guys a little story here. I landed on a planet, and it was like one of the last things I did before turning it in. And I land on this planet, and some of these planets will have like almost like platforms almost, and then you can go inside those like and it's part of like the ground technically, and you can go inside these platforms, and it's almost like 30 feet deep almost. And so I saw some thamium down there, and I was like, oh fuck, that seems really cool, I'm gonna grab that. And I go down there, and then I grab the thamium, I look up, and I realize, fuck, I can't get back up. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do now. And
you're trapped here forever now.
I was trapped here forever, but then I started thinking, like, instinctually, I was like trying to survive and trying to adapt. And I like went to my mining gun and realized I didn't have because I was trying to like I used the beam to mine the wall, and that wasn't working, and I was using the gun, and that wasn't working. And then I saw that I had like a formula for the grenades, and that I actually had like enough stuff to like create like the grenade portion of my gun. I was like, fuck yes. And so like I made that, and then shot like the walls to lead up like sort of like a path to go back up, and I would have to like use my jetpack to land into like one little crevice and then wait a little bit and then like fly back up into another little crevice and slowly and like fucking try and fail and try again sort of thing, because sometimes like the one like the last like hole that I made like was a little too far, so I conveniently had like one more grenade to like use, and then it was closer and I was able to get back up just because of like that need for survival. So there's cool little moments like that.
So
When
what
you
I'm hearing,
like me
reenacted The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, it sounds like the end of The Dark Knight Rises when the well was so deep and you found a way. You found a way.
Let me tell you about The Dark Knight Rises. But you know what? I'll probably maybe talk about The Dark Knight Rises on my new show. Who knows?
Okay.
Boom, tease right there for you.
Okay.
But yeah, there's cool little moments like that where you fuck up and then you realize, oh, there could be a way to fix this, and sort of everything conveniently worked out for me, and so they're like cool little moments where I appreciated things like that. So.
Okay.
Oh.
That's fine. I mean, like, it definitely seems like this game works for some folks, and that's cool, and I'm okay with that. Do you think you're going to revisit it, Tony?
Yeah, probably. The way that I'm treating the game is like, I'm assuming that the state that the game is in right now is the state that the game should have been in when they first announced it at the VGX Awards in 2013.
Okay.
So,
Have you re-looked at that footage, by the way?
I
Yeah.
plan to. I haven't since, but
Like,
sure.
I just heard on the Beastcast, it's like just a re-look at the VGX footage and the footage from E3
Oh, that's a lot of things you
2014,
have to take a look at.
and just
Yeah.
looking at that, wow, it's like night and day as far as like what we got, or what is out and what it's what was like targeted.
Mhm.
You should say, because it's not really what it is. So like, it's brought up like a huge discussion about like we should like put new words for this as far as like showing
Yeah.
like what's gameplay, quote unquote, and should actually say this is the target that we want.
Yeah,
to.
we should use target footage as like a more common speak. Yeah.
I still love the meme I saw on Twitter where it was like the the footage from E3 a couple of years ago, and it
The
was
dinosaur shit,
like
and then
the building up of the Jurassic Park, and then it goes to like what we have now.
this is
and it's like the
terrifying T-Rex monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. That's a good one.
Fucking laughed so hard when I saw that.
Moving forward, Tony, other video games. What else have you been playing?
So you guys want to talk about idle games?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, we're what, an hour and 40 in? Yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, let's talk about some idle games. I got
Where is it?
Space Plan going on.
You got Clash of Clans wise.
No, that's an active game. That's not an
Oh.
idle game. What are you talking about? I got Space Plan and Egg Incorporated going on right now in my life. And these games, they're the games where you make the numbers get bigger. Both of them kind of were introduced to me by the Giant Bomb Quick Look of Adventure Capitalist for PS4. I was watching that, and then I read the GiantBomb.com comments, and people were talking about, because he mentioned Space Plan in the Quick Look, and people were talking about Egg Incorporated, which is an iOS game that came out a couple weeks ago. So I've been playing both of those. Man, those numbers. Right now I got 3,755,000 chickens. They're all laying eggs. And
How
the
much
eggs,
How much did you pay for this game?
$0.
$0. How much money have you spent?
$0.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I could spend $3 and get the amount of eggs that you would get from like a $80 microtransaction. Because the way that they've got a pretty genius microtransaction in this game, where every time you purchase an upgrade, and if you played any of these idle games before, like quick clicker games, you upgrade shit to make your clicks matter more and to automate clicks and that kind of stuff. So every time you purchase an upgrade, it puts one golden egg in a piggy bank. And you can spend $3 at any time to crack open the piggy bank and get all those eggs. So for $19.99 in the game, you can get 6,750 eggs. Right now, my piggy bank has about 50,000 eggs in it because I've done that many upgrades. So I can spend $3 and get all 50,000 of those eggs.
Y'all, can we take a brief pause real quick? Just because my Audacity is doing the thing where it skips audio. So I just want to start a new project. Barrett knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. the rest of my fucking talking shit episode 108, which was a fantastic fucking episode.
It was great.
Got ruined. It was so good. We
What?
talked about ASMR and like Danny being a weeboo.
Oh yeah,
That's normal stuff, though.
we did talk about Danny being a weeb. What timestamp you guys at?
I've had no interruptions. I'm at 1:58:18.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
I lost about 2 minutes in the last 10 minutes, I think.
Okay.
But I noticed it, so I'm gonna get this bad boy rolling.
In the deep.
Good you noticed it though.
Yeah, I get paranoid about this kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I have Audacity on one of my monitors.
yeah, give me 1 second.
Even though I don't even use that shit to actually record stuff anymore.
What do you use?
I use different. I've been trying a lot of different stuff, but right now I'm using Ableton Live.
Okay.
Yeah, compliments
You liking
of I like it a lot. It's good for recording. I don't like it for editing, but it's good for recording.
Yeah, that's the same with me for Audacity. Where like Audacity is like, it's okay for recording. It's terrible for like editing.
No, it's
You just gotta ask for.
it is. Yeah, it's definitely not built for editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can do some pretty good single track like effects editing. But like noise removal and things of that ilk. But
Sure. I recently used Audacity to extend a song that I like, so that because it was like an hour and a half, or rather a minute and a half, and I wanted it to go like 5 minutes. So I just made it repeat some stuff. Turned out.
turn up. Hashtag turnips. Novish and Scott, Tony, or Trevor. Do you guys, one of you, think you could count me in? Just
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. I mean, I hit it.
-1.
-1. All right.
Ew.
That is.
I fucking love you.
Y'all are a little anxious over there.
You good?
I think so. I'm just double checking it, making sure it's running fine. My computer has been a disaster all day, so
You got an upgrade, man.
there's works for that possibly happening.
Cool.
That I'm interested in. Not like I would actually be upgrading the hardware in my computer. I'm talking with Brant about doing that.
Oh snap!
Yo, one of Brand's tweets was like iPhone 7 was trending or something yesterday,
Yeah.
and my friend was going through like at work, who was going through like all like the popular tweets about it, and Brant was like one of the tweets that he like went through. I was like, hey, I know that dude. He's like, wait, really? I was like, yeah, he fucking hates Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, Audacity is not.
It's good that that's his claim to fame.
Nothing else. He does nothing else. He just hates Donkey Kong.
that. Yeah.
So is Audacity still giving you trouble, Alex?
He's out. He is out of
so.
here.
Oh,
He
He's
left.
super gone.
I looked down for a second at my phone, and apparently he's just
Well, I guess Nobishin's hosting the podcast now.
better
Let's go,
off without you,
Nobishin.
Alex. We're taking over.
I mean,
over.
I guess break number 2 so soon. I'm gonna get a drink.
All right, Scott.
Sure, Scott.
I'm excited to get into Titanfall 2. Is that still like? Did you
It's
have to
been pretty
download
good.
it the first?
No,
day?
it's still. I downloaded it right when we started the chat, so it's sitting on my PS4.
Okay.
So what you're saying is
look
we're
at
about to
afterwards.
play some.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Everyone downloaded it.
If you guys were already gonna hop into it afterwards, I was like, all right,
I'm
maybe
down.
Maybe I'll join in.
Yeah.
You guys didn't get me into Overwatch because y'all failed there.
Maybe Nobishin will play with us too, because he always
No.
plays like the pre-release beta stuff with us and never the actual games.
Hey, people watching on live. You guys are beautiful and sexy, and I love you.
Thanks,
If your
man.
name is Danny Juarez.
I'm
If your
watching
name's Danny
live.
Juarez, then you're just
If you're Danny Juarez, then you're
You're a
just a
truck
piece of
stop.
shit.
you're a donut truck stop. Truck stop donut.
To give you an update for the live people who are watching, Alex O'Neill just texted, I think, all of us, saying that Chrome crashed, and he will be right back.
No, he did not text me. He apparently hates me. but that's okay.
Yeah, so apparently he only loves me, and he said, Chrome, I'm just texting you because you came up first on my phone, and I like you. Heart. Yeah, just fuck all you. No, that makes sense because I texted him like in the middle of the show, and I'm like, my computer crashed. So, update for the live people: Alex fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Most people knew that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Alright.
if
that wasn't
they're
really an
on for
update.
this ride, they had a pretty good idea.
All right, here's a question. Does
Shoot.
eyeliner make everything sexy?
Does eyeliner make everything sexy?
No,
Excuse me, not
Priming-
eyeliner, but like eyeshadows, like having shadows around your eyes.
no. Primary example: Pete Wentz. Guy looks fucking gross. Also, Billy Joe Armstrong.
But
That
I
guy
imagine,
also looks gross.
I imagine the ladies love it.
Oh yeah.
Let me get the hot take from Alyssa there, Barrett. I imagine you're going to be in the wrong here.
Alyssa
yeah,
isn't here. Alyssa left to go babysit, so we're just gonna have to ask Joey Noel if she's still watching this shit show live. Joey Noel, what is the what is the like? Give me a report on whether eyeliner and eyeshadow on guys is fucking sexy or not. I want to hear back. Tweet out or comment on the episode. I don't fucking know. And if Joey Noel isn't still watching, then Danny Juarez. You
Yes,
like eyeliner?
Danny,
I
give
think.
us your insight.
What made you ask that, Nobberson?
I was just noticing, like, I was looking, like, browsing through some BuzzFeed shit, and he was like showing, like, oh, this is what girls would look like with makeup and girls without makeup. And I was like, oh, like, eyeshadows look sexy on girls, like, no matter what. And I was like, does it the same for guys too? Like, I just thought about that. I was like, huh, one of those things I think about.
I think people are beautiful without eyeshadow and with eyeshadow. I live in San Francisco, so I've definitely seen both genders take that on, and I think there are definitely men who can pull that shit off. Let me tell you.
Oh, for sure.
I've been to a couple of drag shows. Let me tell you, and they're rocking that shit. So, but I honestly don't know how Alyssa feels about the eyeshadow on guys. She hasn't requested it of me, so you would imagine she doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Or
So,
she knows
I don't
you
know.
couldn't rock it.
Or maybe she's just like, she just knows that she has to cut her losses and just be like, okay, I like this dude Barrett, but he's obviously not gonna look good in eyeshadow.
This is clearly what I'm stuck with, so just
I live with
just try,
This
just
is
try not to make it
clearly
worse.
the last resort for my future. This guy who just wants to be a fucking idiot on the internet. Jesus fuck, he's not gonna look good in eyeshadow.